What's up, everyone? Here we are. It's Nothing is Perfect. I'm Russell Holiday. It is game night. Vancouver Canucks, Edmonton Oilers. Here we are, live and ready to go. It's going to be fun. We got lots of stuff going on. There's going to be chaos. There's going to be fun. There's going to be banter and chat. There's going to be Canuck hockey against the Oilers. Playing them again. So it feels like the whole preseason's been Calgary, Seattle, Edmonton, Calgary, Seattle, Edmonton. That's pretty much all we've gotten. But it is the last game of the preseason, so it is the preseason finale. It is the Edmonton Oilers. It is the Vancouver Canucks. And what is this color that I have under the Edmonton Oilers right here? Is this Oilers orange? I think that is. That is Oilers orange. It just looks weird to me. Huh? It looks red. Maybe I'm tripping. Well. Let's talk about what we're going to do today before I get too off the rails, because that tends to happen here on Nothing is Perfect. So you got a lot going on. There's me. I'm stoked. Preseason game 6, Friday, October 3rd, 7 o'clock start. There's Dobby, there's Dustin, and there's my brother Ryan. So what are we going to do tonight? We're going to have the Canucks versus the Oilers. We're going to say hello to all you beautiful people who are already in chat waiting for the game to get started. We're going to go through the stats that you want, but you don't really need. And now, again, stats that you want, but you don't really need. These are all regular season stats, but it gives you a good idea of what we do here on Nothing is Perfect. We're going to go through the Canucks starting lineup. Pretty much what you'd expect. A very solid veteran lineup for the Vancouver Canucks in their preseason finale. The Oilers have also sent their full roster over. And as well, it is good to note that Vasily Podkolzin has returned back to North America. He will be in the Edmonton Oilers lineup. So I imagine that Mr. Podkolzin will get a very warm reception from the Vancouver faithful. As if anyone hasn't known or heard, Podkolzin did end up losing his father suddenly a week or two ago. So he is back. So we'll do the Canucks starting lineup. First intermission, Dustin Boydell stops by for the Rusty and Dusty Sideshow. So we'll break down the ups and downs of the first period. And as well, we'll go through all the latest Canucks news of the day. Some people were getting waived, going down to Abbotsford. We'll let you know who made it through. Second intermission, like I said, my brother from down under, Ryan Gorner, will be joining. And I heard a little rumor, that it might be very possible that not only does my brother join me, but my nephew, William, who is already in chat. I saw him, Grandmaster. So William, my nephew, might also be joining with my brother. They're going to be watching live from Saturday afternoon in Australia. We're doing time travel here on Nothing is Perfect today. And then Dustin Boydell will be back for the postgame show, the Rusty and Dusty postgame show. All right? Cool. Let's say hello. Let's see. I think there was a couple of comments before I turned on my computer. Yes. So Zach McNally was here, said, let's go Vancouver, says Crystal. And then Dave DeVilliers was also here, and he said, it begins again. Dobby, Coconuts Blow. And then KJ Brazy was here, and he says, chow time. And then there's me. But this one I can actually show using all the custom emojis that you get when you become a member of Nothing is Perfect. Dobby, Learn the Rules, Trevor Linden, Swear Jar, Goal, Big Mac, Coconuts Blow, Jake Stakes Hockey, The Wave, Crystal, Rusty and Dusty, Arthur She Loves, the Pro Roblox Gamer. What's up, my dude? What is up? How's it going, Pro Roblox Gamer? Nice to see you. There's Demco too. Demco in the chat. Hi, Russell. And then there he is, the Grandmaster. What's up, guys? What's up, William? And I said, William! Mike Torrance in the chat. Russ, crew. Welcome, Mike. Always good to see you, brother. And he says, Coconuts Glow. Coconuts Glow. Coconuts Glow. And then Rod from Kamloops in the chat says, go Canucks, go! And he's got all the Canuck colors there. Blue, white, green. And then Tor is here, and he's still here shitting. Oh my gosh, Tor. Seriously, can we send a doctor to you? Are you having a hard time getting that checked out? Because I feel like you probably should get that checked out, my dude. And then the Pro Roblox Gamer says, hi, everyone. And then Big Mac's here, and he says, yo, what's shaking, everybody? And he says, Dobby, Learn the Rules, Trevor Linden, Swear Jar, Goal, Big Mac, Coconut Flow, Jake Stakes Hockey, The Wave, Crystal, Rusty and Dusty, and Arthur She Loves. Canucks rules, Oilers drools. Yeah, that's right, Rod. You know what you're talking about. And then Calvin 99 Charlie's like, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden, Trevor Linden. And then Trevor Linden appears. What's up, my dude? Nice to see you early in the game today. Look at that beautiful smile. Trevor Linden. And then Mike Torrance says, let's spank some Oilers arse tonight. Heck yes. And then let's Nuck Nation. How are y'all doing tonight? I'm doing really good, Thomas. Nice to see you, buddy. Welcome back to chat. It's always good to see Thomas in chat. And he's like, Big Mac. Calvin 99 Charlie, sounds like Kane is starting to realize how annoying the Vancouver media is with the repeated questions. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I saw that earlier, Calvin. It was this morning. It was the morning after morning skate chat, and then they're like, so what have you really seen from Braden Coots? And he's like, for the 100th time, he looks really good. Go Canucks, go. Continue. Go Canucks, go. And then Thomas is just like, swear jar the Oilers. The Coilers, even better. Swear jar, Coilers. Calvin 99 Charlie. Roblox, thanks for the sub. You didn't have to. I don't post nothing. Last thing I posted was a Harry Potter scene. Laugh out loud. So Roblox Gamer has subscribed to Calvin 99 Charlie. We like it. Thomas, Kane on the third line with Coots and Lekermacki. Spoiler alert. We'll do the full lineup for you in just a minute here. The pro Roblox Gamer says, laugh out loud. Mike Torrance, he's good with the kids line so far. Yep. I like that. Coots, Lekermacki, and Kane, that could be a good third line. Eric Hunter, the legend, in the chat. Howdy, y'all. How's it going, Eric? Nice to see you, my dude. And then Demko's like, Artie. And then Eric's like, Dobby. Thomas, I think they will get the protection in the corners with Kane, and those two being dungeons. I can see 2 goals from them tonight. 2 goals from the third line tonight. I think Kane might have a little bee in his bonnet too, playing against the Oilers. Eric Hunter, what's poppin'? The Roblox Gamer. Let's go Canucks. Let's go Canucks. Let's go Canucks. That's what I think that was. Don't forget to hit that like button and smash the subscribe button, y'all. Thank you, Thomas. Calvin 99 Charlie. Boys and girls, Siege 10 is dying. A game I've been playing since 2017 is dying. Yeah, me too, bro. I stopped playing Fortnite because it's dying. Fortnite's dead. It's because I've been playing too much NHL. Listen to Thomas. Still on Crisis. Is Crisis another game that you've been playing since 2017, Mike? What did Kuzi have? WSP? What does WSP stand for? Demko's like, hi. And then per Roblox Gamer's like, Connor McBaby. And then Thomas says, Rusty, let's go. The Johnny Redbone's in the chat. And he's like, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. The pro Roblox Gamer, I'm rocking my DeBrusque jersey and hat. Very cool. Is DeBrusque your favorite Canucks player, Roblox? Ready to cheer on the Canucks is Derek. What's up, Derek, in the chat? How nice to see you, my dude. Calvin 99 Charlie. Ryan is coming on. Let's go. He is pretty cool. He is pretty cool. My younger but bigger brother. It's interesting. Go Canucks, go, says Lefty all around. Welcome back, my dude. Always good to see you, Lefty. Calvin 99 Charlie. Double Rusty and Dusty show. Let's go. Yep. You get Dusty twice tonight. They're in the first intermission and for the post game. And then Jazz is like, Dobby. Welcome, Jazz. Yeah, Rip Pod's dad for sure, Demko. Lefty. Braden Coots 2 points tonight. You heard it here from Lefty all around. Write it down. Everyone, write it down. Mike Torrance. Hope so. Jazz. Hi at Big Hog. Why is that? Big Hog's not popping up in my chat again. What's up with that? What did you do, Big Hog, that made you not pop up in my chat? Salutations, all. What's up, KJ Brazy? Nice to see you. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? DeBrusque scores 1 tonight. Fair enough. Salutations, all, says KJ Brazy the third. What's up, KJ Brazy the third? And then Demko goes, Dobby, learn the rules. Trevor Linden, swear jar, goal, Big Mac, Coconut Flow. Jake Stakes Hockey, The Wave, Crystal, Rusty Dusty, Artie! Calvin 99 Charlie, we used to have Canucks Unconcerned, then uncensored. I don't know what happened to it. Canucks Unconcerned. Or did you mean uncensored? Oh, yeah, there it is. Big hug. You're in chat now. Jazz Hattie by Coots. Heard it here first. Ooh, I like all these predictions. Demko says, at Grandmaster, hi. The emote. Oh, yeah. It turned into Jake Six Hockey. Yeah. Jake Six Hockey won trivia, so we got it. And then KJ Brazy Squared is in the chat and says, salutations all. KJ Brazy Squared, and KJ Brazy the third all in chat. Jazz, facts. Yes. Lanky Hattie. The general's in chat. Artie. And then he's like, Rusty and Dusty. Go Canucks, slow! And then KJ Brazy the third is like, Big Mac. And then the general's like, Big Mac. And then Thomas is like, Trevor Linden. And then Demko's like, at Big Hog Hockey, put me in net of your hockey rink. Yeah, we might have to get an updated tour of Big Hog's stadium. The general, Jake Six Hockey, Drake Six Hockey, Jake Six Hockey. And Big Mac's like, General! And then General's like, hey, Big Mac. And then Demko's like, Big Hog, Russ uploaded a video 9 months ago. Yep, it was a members only one. Pink Sunglasses shows up and he's like, I got a new car, Russ. Hello. With a $27.99. Jacob, you crazy son of a bitch. Swear jar. Thank you very much for the $27.99. What a huge fat dono to come in. Nice to see you. I know you've been working a lot, so it's harder to get in to chat, but man, that's great to see. Thank you very much for the dono. I appreciate you, Jacob. I hope the new car treats you right. Better than the last one you had, eh? What happened to your last car? And then the general also drops $2 in chat and he says, really sold on the bottom 6 if they keep it up. Agreed, the general. Thank you very much for the dono. And then Daniel Turgeon here is like, let's go, Michael Hunt. Yeah, Michael Hunt, one of my favorite Canucks players. You love to see it. Welcome back, Daniel. Thank you very much for the $2 dono. Always appreciated. Did you just drop another $27.99, bro? Like, what are you doing out here? I bought a Volvo S60. Are you rich, bro? Aren't Volvo S60s like super expensive? You're crazy. You're crazy, Pink. Thank you very much, Jacob. I appreciate that. It's over $50 already. We're barely even getting started. Icy AC in the chat. Yo, Icy AC with the Grim Reaper in your profile picture too. I love it. Icy AC. Tell me, because you do have a Fortnite picture, is Fortnite dying? Because I haven't played in a little bit. Neil Foster, skate jersey on. Let's fucking go. Neil Foster in the chat. Swear jar. You'll love to see it. Welcome back, Neil. Always good to see you. I love your creepy picture too. Nothing won this time. And then different urban Skytrain me. Fuck these Oilers. Yep. Agreed. Santa is for when he gifts memberships. Yeah. Santa! Sorry, Russ. I misspelled. Laugh out loud. All good. All good, my dude. Jacob, you're crazy. $27.99. $27.99. Type shit. Thank you. I am also drinking a little. Ha. Well, that's a good transition to the first toast of the night. I like to propose a toast to evil. All right. Let's hop on over and do the stats that you want, but you don't really need. And then we'll do the Canucks lineup. So stats that you want, but you don't really need. As usual, this is, in fact, the regular season stats. So this is not preseason stats, but we don't have preseason stats. So this is what you get. And this is not supposed to say Sunday. This is supposed to say Friday. So let's fix that, right? Friday. Friday is a different day of the week. Friday. There we go. All right. Canucks have played 486 times on a Friday in the regular season. They are 246 and 220. Actually, really, really good. That's 26 games above 500. At home, they're 158, 134. On the road, they're even above 500. So Friday nights are a good night for the Vancouver Canucks. Let's put it that way. Now, here's a funny one. On October the 3rd, the Canucks have played 4 regular season games on October the 3rd, which is today. At home, they're 2-0. On the road, they're 0-2. So it's absolute chaos. So on October the 3rd, when they played home, never lost a game in the regular season, right? So good sign. These are all good signs so far. Canucks versus Oilers in their history have played 253 times. The Canucks are 10 games below 500, however, at 114 and 124. At home, though, they are 9 games above 500, so they're 63 and 54, which means they're terrible in Edmonton, 51 and 70. We're talking about the Canucks on Fridays, though. This is where things go off the rail for the Canucks. Overall, on Fridays against the Oilers, they are 2 games below 500. In 29 games, they're 13 and 15, which is not great. At home, it's even worse. When they play the Oilers at home on Fridays in the regular season, they've done it 15 times. They've only won 5. They've lost 10. Not great. They're actually better in Edmonton. It makes no sense. It's the opposite of what you would expect. So we're hoping this trend, we like to see this. We like to see this. We like to see this. We don't like to see this. So we'll see what happens. Brock Besser, 17 goals in 33 games. Quinn Hughes, 21 assists in 28 games. And Brock Besser with the overall 30 points in 33 games against the Oilers. Those are your highest scoring players against the Oilers. And then the Oilers, no surprise here either. Draisaitl's got 26 goals in 48 games. McDavid, 44 assists in 42 games and 68 points in 42 games. He's like a 1.5 per game against the Canucks. Absolutely nuts. So there is your stats that you want, but you don't really need. So let's hop back on over to the bar. And now we're going to do the Canucks lineup. So for the Canucks forward lines, it's going to be as follows. You got the top line, Petey with DeBrusk and Besser. You've got Philip Hedl playing with Arshdeep Bains and Connor Garland. So Bains getting a look on the second line. Then you got Braden Coots with Vander Kane and Jonathan Lekermacki, which might be a decent third line. And then the fourth line's Teddy Bluger, Drew O'Connor, Kiefer Schode. We got a lot of sandpaper down there, so they should be good to go. Defensively, it is what you would expect it to be. Got the top pair, as usual, is Quinn Hughes with Phil Hronek. You've got the second pair, as usual, Marcus Pettersson, Tyler Myers. And then the third pair is the youth. Elias Pettersson, Elias Pettersson, and Tom Wielander playing together on that. And then Thatcher Demko playing it on the in the net for the Canucks. So there is the lines for you today. All right. I did promise I would send a link to Jay. So let's send a link to Jay so that he knows we're live. Gotta make sure we get our man Jay in chat. He's here to fact check me, you know? Because without Jay, I pretty much don't know what's going on most of the time. There. Perfect. All right. They are doing the ceremonial face-off here. You got Hughes and McDavid at center ice to take it. It's always good to see. Some camaraderie for the moment. There's a dog out there and a little kid. He's stoked. He's like, now you got to drop the puck. And he's like, I don't want to give it up. But don't worry. Quinn will give you the puck, my dude. You can hang on to that, bro. Ah, very cute. Very cute. Right, we are almost underway, so they'll just wrap up the carpets, and then we'll be able to get to puck drop here. After they do the national anthems, of course. But I get a lot of complaints. Can I send you a picture of my car, Russ? Jacob, you can do whatever the hell you want. You've just funded Dobby's college education for a week, so feel free. You send another $6.99 to ask the question. Send it to me. You got me on Instagram, right, Jacob? Send me on Instagram, and thank you for another $6.99. You are wild. You crazy man. Yeah, send me a picture on Instagram, and I'll show all the kids, Because I'm sure there's some people in here that want to see your shiny new car that you got. Oh yeah, there's only one national anthem today because Canada v. Canada, which you love to see. Okay, let's see. I'll open my Instagram in anticipation of Jacob sending me a picture. Oh, okay, here we are. Look at this. Look at this shiny new thing, huh? That's fancy, bro. This is a good looking car. You have windshield wipers on your headlights. Windshield wipers on your headlights. You fancy son of a bitch. Very cool, my dude. That's funny. All right. Vasily Podkolzin on the ice. Good to see him out there. Part of the starting lineup. I'm sure the Vancouver crowd gave him a big cheer. Yeah, look at that. Even the couple Canucks players skating up to him to give him a hug. It's like Quinn Hughes went over to say hi to him. Yeah, the Canucks going over and giving Podsy some love. So that's good to see. I'm not crying. You're crying. All right, the puck has been dropped. I will give you guys a countdown here. 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40. Canucks get an early chance, shot wide though by Bluger, and the Oilers will bring the puck into the Canucks zone. Tyler Myers comes back to check his man. Canucks are battling right on their own blue line. Can't quite get it out. Puck rolls right down the blue line and then just squeaks out. Back into the Oilers zone. A girl's rocker name. Chat, help me with a name. Puck into the Canucks zone. Picked up there by Petey. Petey plays it out to center. Into the zone by Besser. Besser puts it in behind the net. Petey comes in, throws a hit, makes the man lose a stick, comes up with it, plays it behind the net for Besser. Besser plays it back to the blue line, gets past Quinn Hughes, and goes all the way down the ice. Good hit by Petey. That's good to see. Petey throwing his weight around early in this game. Canucks move it out. Besser through center, puts it into the Canucks, the Oilers zone. Baines comes in, throws a hit, takes his man down. Heedle's in. The Canucks have already gotten their third line out, so they are absolutely flying through. Quick shifts for the Canucks, getting everyone in so far, which is great to see. Canucks, Oilers. Vancouver in. Heedle puts the puck through the crease. Connor Garland couldn't quite get to it. Now the Oilers shoot it out through center. Can't get it though. Elias Pettersson tries to put it out through center, gets blocked, comes back in. He picks it up behind the net. He gets taken down in the corner. Then recovers the puck, puts it up the boards to Heedle, who plays it out to center ice. The Canucks get to the red line and dump it in. Lekermacki, man in on the forecheck. He'll do a flyby. And then looks like we've got the fourth line out. So now, just 2 minutes into this game, the Canucks have already gotten all four lines out. So they are rotating quickly. Puck comes in back into the Canucks zone, picked up there by Marcus Pettersson. He skates right up the middle. Passes up the blue line, tipped into the zone by Kane. Coots moves in, tries to throw a hit, can't get to it. Puck comes back out. Oilers moving in. Can't control the puck as they skate into the zone, though. Pass right through the slot. Nobody there to pick it up for the Oilers. Bouchard throws it in behind the net. Picked up there by the Oilers. Played into the corner. Lekermacki knocks his man down. Lekermacki throwing his weight around. Oilers back to the blue line. Pass down the boards. Into the middle. Good pass off the boards. Right into the slot. Man can't get a shot off, though. Kane loses his stick. Picks it back up. Oilers manage to keep it in. Coots trying to get the puck. Can't. Demko gets a shot from a sharp angle and gloves it. Hangs on. And there'll be a face-off in the Canucks zone to Thatcher Demko's right. Gazoon tight. Crystal just sneezed. Some PD snipes would be nice. Yes. I am under 16. Same. It feels good being young. Yeah, just wait till you're old and your bones hurt. Oh, my bones hurt because I'm old. Anyone see the highlight of Tampa versus Florida match? I was looking forward to a series because of the playoffs when Ekblad elbowed Hagel. Yeah, there was a cheap shot. It was AJ Greer cheap shot at Hagel, I believe. Puck all the way down. Backhanded to the corner by the Oilers goalie in behind. Bluger can't get it as it rolls past him. The Oilers pick it up and they will control behind their own net. Bluger in, throws a hit. Can't come up with the puck. Sherwood tries to take it away. Oilers manage to make it out. They're skating into the Canucks zone. 3 of them. Nugent Hopkins passes across. I think that was Mangiapane. Does Oilers have Mangiapane now? Is that a fever dream or is that a real thing? Yeah, it is Mangiapane. Number 88. Oilers in their own zone. 1 shot on net for the Oilers. None for the Canucks yet. Oilers play it out to center. Tipped down there. Myers picks it up. He plays it across to the near side. Chipped into the Oilers zone. Pettersson has it roll off his stick, but picks it up with his foot. McDavid's there, can't get it. Canucks ringing around the boards, but it gets intercepted by the Oilers. Puck gets chipped down towards PD. He tips into the Oilers zone, but is picked up there by the Oilers. Stopped on the boards by Besser. Tries to play it to the middle. Pettersson comes in to support. Plays it back to the blue line. Tyler Myers with a slap shot. First shot on net for the Vancouver Canucks. Or that might be the second one. No, that is the second one. Canucks now have 2 shots in the game. Apple. I'm around 67 hours. You're 67 hours years old? Demmer! 67 years. There you go. Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. 2-1 Canucks. That's what you're calling? Low scoring game, eh? We're getting up there, eh? KJ, I turned 32 on the 21st. Big Mac 133. 32? 32 years young. Big Hog, that's false because you can turn on your gifted laugh out loud. 59 on the 8th. Coming up. Daniel, make sure you remind me if we're streaming on your birthday or the day after or day before, I will sing you happy birthday. Remember that, everyone. If it is your birthday, let me know. I'm happy to sing for you. 5-3 Nucks, empty net goal, says Thomas. Fair enough, so it'll be a close one. But the Canucks will end up scoring shorthanded or on the empty net. Oilers controlling the puck in the Canucks zone, but Connor Garland says no, digs it out of the corner. Garland through center, chips it into the Oilers zone, skates onto it, plays it. Oh, tries to play it up front. Nurse blocks that one. Hedl was going to the net. Oilers try and play it up the boards. Intercepted there. Back to the blue line. Quinn Hughes now on the near side blue line. Passes right across for Hronek. Hronek plays it. Ends up going off a stick and high. Puck ends up behind the Oilers net. Troy from Richmond Stetcher picks it up in his own zone on the Oilers side. I miss Troy. And who's in net for the Oilers? It is Pickard in net. So Skinner is not playing tonight. Pickard is in net. Pickard, sorry. Lekermacki into the middle. Shot towards the net. Saved by Pickard. Puck comes up to the half boards. Kept in by Quinn Hughes at the blue line. Kane tapping his stick, hoping for a pass in front. Couldn't fool the Oilers. Bouchard picks it up on the half boards. Plays it all the way down the ice. No icing, though, because it tipped off of something. My whole TV feed just cut out for a second there. And the Canucks throw it all the way down the ice. Might have been a pass. I don't know, because the stream cut out. But either way, it ends up being icing. Kane with a good move to the middle. Picking up the pass, playing it over for Lekermacki. And Lekermacki gets a shot. Fought off by Pickard. Kind of up and down here to start. Casket Brain, drop the puck. What's up, Casket Brain? Nice to see you, my dude. Zach McNally, learn the swear jar. You already sent my piggy bank. Calvin, what did I say? Go, Nucks go, says Kent McGuire. What's up, Kent McGuire? Nice to see you. Ha, says Demko. Go, Canucks go, says Shannon. Welcome back, Shannon. Nice to see you as usual. Heck yes, says the general. I'll be 12,419 days on my birthday. Laugh out loud. a dozen thousand days. Drew O'Connor skates onto the puck in the Oilers zone, flips it into the middle. Nobody's there from the Canucks, though. Played to the middle by Sherwood. On a one-timer by Myers, but he heeled it a bit wide. Puck up the boards, intercepted by Sherwood. He puts it in the middle for Drew O'Connor. Drew O'Connor tries to play it out front. Bouchard intercepts it there with Teddy Bluger going to the net. And the Oilers skated in, flip it in on Demko, and he'll just cover it up with Mr. Draisaitl bearing down on him. Nice. Heading back to work, but I am off at 9 p.m. So you'll be able to catch the third period, I think. The end of the third period, Shannon. Don't work too hard, all right, Shannon? Rusty and Dusty, says Demko. Jazz, how many years is that, Calvin? KJ Brazy the third. For sure, Big Mac. My knees remind me all the time. Yep. It's like every time I stand up, it's like, "Ugh!" And every time I bend down, it's like, "Ugh!" I don't want to do the math. 34. Oh, that's what Google's for. "32, almost 33 years." So I assume that Calvin will be turning 33. Already done the math, already had double math. Brutal. 34. Awesome car, bro. The general loves it. Mike copied me. What a car. It's why I said that way, Jazz. I ain't want no one to know. Fair enough. Damn. WTF. That's awesome, Jacob. Pods looks pissed. Yep. He always looks a little pissed, doesn't he? Kuzi! Nice to see the Canucks sporting the Canucks player place patch. Yeah, that's new, eh? Skytrain me. Back on the jerseys. I didn't hear them announce anything, but it looks like, yeah, they got the Canucks for Kids logo on their jerseys now, which they haven't done for a while. Yeah, here it is, kids. Tonight, our jerseys are crested with the Canucks Place patch, the same patch that was worn in 1995 to celebrate the opening of Canucks Place. We are proud to honor Canuck Place with the continuous support of incredible care they provide to child and families of BC. Very cool, right? Back to the bar. Play is underway. 12:50 left to go in the first period. Oilers bringing the puck in. Podkolzin rings around the boards while getting knocked down. Petey throws another hit. Play to the middle. Intercepted there. Now a partial break there for DeBrusk. Coming in. Shot. Ends up going off Picard and wide. Good save there. But it might have actually just gone wide. I don't know, but he hit the net. They are not registering as a shot. So it looks like Mr. DeBrusk shot wide. Thinking Stevie Nicks. Call your car Stevie. Alex, Stevie, that's a good one. My car is named Ash. Laugh out loud. Calvin 99 Charlie. And the mods erase Mike and Big Hog's message. I find it offensive. Laugh out loud. My mom fucks with Stevie Nicks. Laugh out loud. Shot to the front of the net. Played to the side by Demko. Pedersen bats the puck backhand out of the air and down the ice. Canucks will start to change. Oilers play it down for Stetcher. He flips it into the Canucks zone. Hronek rings around the boards hard, goes by everyone, skips down the ice. And that might... Oh, looks like it won't be icing because it might have touched something. The Oilers now have 3 shots. The Canucks have 3 shots. Stetcher up to the blue line again, taking a hit from DPD. Willander plays it up the boards, gets intercepted there. Played back down to the other side. Hedel takes it on the half boards, plays it to the middle. Connor Garland has it in his feet, couldn't get it. Vilander follows up and chips it into the Oilers zone. They'll pick it up there. Ekholm slowly out of his zone, passes across for Bouchard. They cross. Canucks are standing 1-2-2. 1 on the red line, 2 in between, and then 2 on the blue line. So the Oilers had nothing. Canucks flip it down into the Oilers zone. 11 minutes left to go in the first period. Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. Jake, what about Joan Jett? That's not bad. I love Stevie Nicks. She sings, I love rock and roll. Leckermack, passes out to center, 2-on-1. Tyler Myers on a 2-on-1 with Vander Kane, and he instead holds and takes a slap shot, which is gloved by Pickard. PD the Enforcer. I know, he's thrown a couple hits now. I wonder if they've actually like... Yeah, they've given... Look at this. We're only halfway through the first period and EP40 already credited with 2 hits in the game. Hashtag you love to see it. Look at that. Putting that extra meat to work. Russell, I just followed you. Thank you very much. Yep, on Instagram, right? Mike and Hog backwards. You know the song, I love rock and roll, so put another dime in the jukebox, baby. You know it's an old song because they're putting dimes in the jukebox. Neither one of those things ever gets used anymore. Shot to the front of the net by the Oilers, goes wide, ends up off the boards. They flip it in behind, picked up on the far side boards. Vilander battling with his man. Coots comes in, takes the puck off his check, plays up the boards, and ends up coming back to an Oiler who flips it on net, goes wide. Bouchard plays it to the middle, over to the far side to Ekholm. In some feet in front of the net, chipped away by a Canuck player. Oilers pick it up on the far side boards. Vilander goes behind that to try and get it, can't get it. DP skates up, throws a hit on Bouchard, played down low. Chipped into the corner by the Oilers. Battling for it, picked up by Coots. Coots plays it up to Lekermacki. Lekermacki chips it off the boards and out to center ice. Then the line changes. Oilers will change as well, so Bouchard and Ekholm will play pass in their own zone for a moment. Yep. My last card was named Blondie. Which one? There is 3. Pedersen. Yep. Puck in the high slot. On the faceoff circle. Shot to the net. Now the Oilers bring it in. Hughes with some speed. Passing it out to center. Tipped into the Oilers zone. Drew O'Connor in on the forecheck. Troy Stetcher, though, with some speed. Coming out from behind his own net. Canucks check their man right at the blue line. Tyler Myers picks it up in his own zone. That was Petey. Elias Pettersson disrupting the play. We got the top line out again. Brock Besser blocks a pass across the blue line. Comes out to center. Nurse plays it in to McDavid at center. McDavid stops at the blue line, spins. Now he skates into the blue line. Tries to pass over for Draisaitl. That one gets blocked. Oilers are having a hell of a time trying to get into the Canucks zone right now. Some really good pressure right on the blue line. Now the Oilers will start to change. Or they're going to complete a change. I love Blondie. Russell be back at the end of the first. See you in a minute, Demago. Oilers bring it in, lose it just inside the blue line. Elias Pettersson plays it over for Vilander. Vilander plays it up for Hedel. Hedel puts it over for Baines. Baines can't get it, though. The Oilers bring it in. Shot to the front of the net. Was like a shot pass. Chipped just wide. Oilers putting it across to the far side. DP can't get to his man in time. Connor Garland can't get to his man in time. The Oilers playing pass on the far side boards. Nugent Hopkins throws it towards the net. Goes off some shin pads. Ends up into the near side corner. Mangiapane there. Playing up the boards. Intercepted there by Baines for a second. Can't keep the puck though. Now Hedel's battling it out of the corner. Baines tries to play it down low. Can't get it past Nugent Hopkins. Now he pins him to the boards. Played up the boards by Tom Vilander. Looks like Vilander's stick broke, so he's going to quickly sneak off to the bench to try and get a new one. Then DPD falling down and blocks the pass to the front of the net. Ends up falling down and blocking it. So lucky on DPD. Now Garland slowly out of his zone. The young pair of defensemen go off. Kane gets a pass at center. Bobbles the puck, but comes back up with it. Throws it to the front of the net. Darnell Nurse just blocked it and it almost went in. Ends up going off the side of the net off of Kane, throwing it there. Darnell Nurse trying to help out his own teammate. 7 minutes left to go in the first period. Played out to center. Puck into the middle. Good stick there by Kane to prevent the Oiler player from being able to get to that puck that was chipped into a wide open slot. Kane plays it to the middle. He gets the puck back. Now he plays it over Coots. Coots flips it in right on Pickard. And the Canucks will start another change. Quick shifts tonight. Oilers, McDavid, right into the faceoff circle. Stopped by a good stick of Marcus Pettersson and blocks him from getting the shot off. Draisaitl plays to the middle, but it's a weak backhand and Myers picks it up, plays it off the boards and out. My YouTube stream just crashed. So let's fix that right now. And the Canucks have iced the puck again. These fools. Learn the rules. Can we get a learn the rules in the chat? Let's see, let's fix this. This is... Okay, yeah, it's working. All right, it's back. See, look at this. We can even look at the Tots fans. Look at this. Jacob, absolutely killing it. Number one, 2,475 points with his fat donos. Swervin' Irvin, 325. Major Minor with 175 as well. Daniel with 175. Rod's also got 100 XP. And then we got a whole bunch of people tied at 75. The Oilers in a scoreless first period against the Canucks. Russ, I'll donate if you give me a cool car name. Pink sunglasses. You should call your car. I'm trying to think of a good one. Because it's got to be a lady's name, right? You got to name your car a lady. Oh, you know what you should? Pink. How about this? How about this? Marilyn. Marilyn. Like Marilyn Monroe or Marilyn Manson, depending on what kind of mood you're in. What do you think? What do you think? And I love it. Canucks ice the puck and Big Mac's like, learn the rules. And Jazz is like, learn the rules. And Mike Torrance is like, grrr. And then Zach McNally's like, learn the rules. Coach Rob Willie in the chat. What's up, Coach Rob Willie? Nice to see you. That's pretty good. My birthday was on the 12th. Tina Tyre Jacob. 37 going on 21. Lane Staley in the chat. I mean, for the first time. Ha ha ha. Yep. I'm 21 as well. Of September. Who's that? Pickard. I'll do some research. That's probably it, though. No one just made it up. In reference to Tina Turner. Good hustle so far. Yeah, I agree with that. Kiefer Sherwood taking a tripping penalty. Whoopsies. The Edmonton Oilers going to the power play. First one of the game. And then, as he said, he'd donate if I gave him a good one. Thank you very much for another $6.99 dono. Hell yeah. Maryland? I like Maryland. Thank you very much for another $6.99 Pink. You're very generous. And Thomas also wants the Canucks to learn the rules. Donating to Dobby's college education. I appreciate you, Jacob. You're a great man. Swervin' Dervin in the chat. It's finally here. Pass across. Just off for Draisaitl. Couldn't get a shot off. Bouchard at the blue line. A minute 30 left to go on the power play. Draisaitl at the blue line. Passes over for Bouchard on the far side. Shot to the front of the net. Just a weak wrist shot. And Demko gloves it through a crowd. And it'll be a face-off just to Demko's left-hand side. That's hilarious. I like it like that. Ooh, I like it like that. Cindy, who is the Pretty Reckless. Yeah, isn't that? Yeah, Cindy Lou Who became Pretty Reckless, which is crazy. I'm going to drive to BC some point and watch a Canucks game. Hell yeah. We'll have to have a Nothing is Perfect meetup at some point. If you don't mind me asking, where do you live? The States. No dumb Alberta. Puck back to Bouchard on the blue line. McDavid picks it up on the far side boards. Plays it back to Bouchard on the blue line. Back to McDavid. Skating down into the face-off circle. Pass down low to the red line. Over to McDavid. Back to Bouchard. High slot. Looks over to McDavid. McDavid skates into the high slot. Plays it down into the far side corner. They play it back to Bouchard. Has it go over his stick. He has a pass right across the blue line for McDavid. Plays it back to Bouchard. Back to McDavid right in the face-off circle on the far side. Into the front. And a good pass in front to Mangiapane, and Demko was ready for it and makes a glove save and holds on. Yes, it would. I drove to BC in a Kia Rip. Oh, DeBrusque with wheels. So this is, am I the only one? I want to ask you, okay, I'm going to make this a poll question because I thought this and I didn't say anything. Does DeBrusque look faster? Okay. Does DeBrusque look faster this year? Yes, no, maybe. Got to catch them all. So there's your first poll question. Oilers have to start from their own zone after an intercepted pass. They skate through center. Got the second power play unit out now. Plays to the far side, up to the blue line. Played down the boards with a partial block by Myers. Puck into the corner, flipped right through the crease. Now the penalty's over. Flipped up for Kiefer Sherwood. He gets a little piece of it. Picker comes out of the net to block it right between the face-off circles. Oh, Kiefer Sherwood with almost a breakaway, but couldn't quite get the puck. Only could get a piece of it. Puck back down into the Canucks zone. Got Hughes out there now. He stops up behind his own net. Now Hughes skates out between the face-off circles. Passes up to center ice. They tried to tip it into the Oilers zone, but they intercept it there. Coots now leaning on Nurse. Puck comes back to the blue line, picked up immediately by Leckermack. He throws it right back into the Oilers zone. 3:23 left to go. Kane plays it behind the net. Gets picked up by the Oilers. They ring around the boards and end up flipping it all the way down the ice. And Hughes is back first, so that's going to be icing. Now the Oilers need to learn the rules. Learn the rules! Never been pulled over. What's up, Swervin? Swervin Irvin in the house. How's it going, Swervin Irvin? Nice to see you. I should be a race car driver. My dad got pulled over when I was younger and I pissed my pants. Come on, be honest, Jazz, with that last week. But W. Let's go, Vancouver Canucks. People's First Yukon. What's up? What's up, People's First Yukon? Always good to see you in chat. I love seeing People's First Yukon in chat. Nice moves, Jazz. That was the first time, the second I was in kindergarten, and there was a lockdown drill, and I pissed my pants. Canucks need three quick ones. I remember, I think it was grade 3, and I was peeing by a urinal, and then the guy beside me peed on me, so I had to get some pants. Somebody else peed on me, and then the general's like, "Dobby, dobby, dobby." I don't know why I'm talking about pee. Here, finally. Russ, when I was NHL 25, I think I broke the game. Vassar gets in front of a shot. Petey flips it out to center into the Oilers zone. Was quite nice not to hear that James character. He's so annoying when he squeals. Laugh out loud. Screw these refs. Learn the rules, says Lane Thaley. I plan to be at the top. Oh, Kapanen interfering with Marcus Pettersson. Looks like he'll be going to the box now. He doesn't like the call. But either way, the Vancouver Canucks will be going to their first power play of the game. 2:12 left to go in the first period. We got Dustin Boydell coming up in the first intermission. And when we get back from the commercial break, it'll be a Canucks power play. Irvin, can you get to the top now? W. Jacob, laugh out loud. Pinky, can't. Velma, says Mike Torrance. That's not bad either. Hell yeah. Yo, what's up, Canucks Land in chat? What's up, Canucks Land? Nice to see you, my dude. Element says Ape. What's up, Element? Welcome to chat. General says Maryland. Nah, bro, he looked it up. You're making me look broke. Coach Rob Willie, hype. Mats. GT Van City. Hey, superstar, what's up? How's it going, GT? Mr. Van City in the house. Nice to see you. What's new? And General's just praising. Woo! Put your hands in the air. Wave them around like you just don't care. Jazz, ain't you a kid? Relax. Laugh out loud. It's chill, Jazz. I work hard. No girlfriend, just my bunny. Yeah, you do have a cute bunny. I respect that, says Jazz. Love it. You got your own bunny. I usually just work where I make decent money and get stoned. Fair enough. Kevin Warman in the chat. Welcome, Kevin. Nice to see you. Predicting a 4-2 Canucks victory over the Oilers tonight. You love to see it. Pink sunglasses. Yep. She's like 4. A 4-year-old bunny, eh? Oh, yeah. Captain throwing a hit on Marcus Pettersson with McDavid trying to break into the zone. Great save, says Sensei Dean Y. What's up, Sensei? Nice to see you again. Tor, little known fact, being Albertan is a mental illness classification now. Yeah, I believe it. I'm from Alberta. What does that say about me? Demko, so good. Demko looks so solid so far tonight. Paragraph Pro, Dustin Boydell in the chat. Dustin, says Big Hog. Makes sense, Tor. Demko! Says Johnny Redbone. All right, Canucks win the faceoff. Kane over to Hughes. Hughes takes a shot, goes wide. Might have been a shot pass to Besser. Besser puts it behind the net over Petey. Petey gets double teamed in the corner. Puck back to the blue line, ends up going right between Kane and Hughes. Kane cues it up for Hughes. Hughes starts from in front of Demko, skates through the middle, pass across for DeBrusk. DeBrusk drops to the blue line. Kane rings it around the boards, comes all the way back to the blue line for Petey. Petey plays it down the boards, ends up getting partially blocked in front for Besser, and then Kane takes a shot and a save by Pickard and ends up going off the side of the net. Probably one too many passes there, but the Canucks got a good chance off either way. Hughes at the blue line, skates it, plays down onto the half boards far side for Petey, plays across the face-off circles for Petey, back to Hughes, slap shot gets blocked. Oilers start skating out. Besser gets back to make it a 2-on-2 rather than a 2-on-1, and then Demko covers it up, and Mangiapane comes in and snows Demko. So someone needs to punch Mangiapane in the face. Good work. DeBrusk over to Besser, and Besser makes a pass over Kane, but the pass is behind Kane. But then Pickard makes a save, but it goes off the side of the net. So a very close call there for the Canucks power play. KJ Raising the third. That Canucks place patch would have looked nice on the black skate. What a save. Artie, says the general. All right, Oilers win the draw in the Canucks zone on the penalty kill, and they'll take their time skating back in their own zone. Then Stetcher picks it up, and he'll play it all the way down. We got the Canucks second power play unit out now. So you got Coots, Hronek, Garland, Hedl. Garland into the zone, plays across for Coots, leaves it for Lekermacki, plays down low for Hedl, but the puck bounces past him. The Oilers pick it up, and they'll flip it all the way down the ice with 27 seconds left to go on the power play. 35 seconds left to go in the first period. So the Canucks will have to work to try and get maybe one more chance here before the end of the period. Puck into the corner on the far side, picked up by the Oilers, though. They try and flip it out, goes way up in the air, and then they chip it off the boards, out of the zone, out to center. Lekermacki just outside the blue line. He'll ring it hard around the boards. Puck comes to the Canucks. Hedl tries to flip it to himself. Canucks do come up with it, and Lekermacki shoots and scores! What a blast! Oh my God! Holy cow! What a shot from Jonathan Lekermacki. The puck gets taken off the boards by the Canucks and squirts out, and he makes no mistake. He wires that shot past Pickard. No chance. Good work by the Canucks to dig that one out. Hedl's there. And then Coots gets over for Lekermacki, and Lekermacki puts it up the post and in. What a shot. Gotta wipe my mouth off. I'm spitting everywhere off that beauty. Kane, Coots getting it over, and Tyler Myers coming over and giving a little tap on the head. 9.3 seconds left to go. I don't know if it's a power play goal. It might be the just after the power play finished. But my goodness, yeah, just a regular goal. But my goodness, Hedl digs it out. Coots pokes it over, and Lekermacki rips it. Go, 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 go. Big Mac goal! And then Hachiko's here. What's up, Hachiko? And the Canucks win the faceoff off the ensuing faceoff at center. And then Drew O'Connor plays it into center. And then Sherwood just flips it in. And that's the end of the first period of play, with Lekermacki scoring at the very last 10 seconds. What a damn shot. This man's got to make the team, right? Goal by Lekermacki, assist by Coots and Hedl. What a beauty of a shot. My goodness. Are they going to give Hedel an assist on that? I don't know if they... No, they didn't give Hedel an assist, but he did the initial work to dig it out of the corner. My goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get Dustin Boydell on the phone here. You guys never see it when I bring him into the lobby, but he has always got a funny look on his face. But his head fits, so we're going to jump right into it with Dustin Boydell.
Happening, everybody? What's going on, Russ? How was your Friday tonight?
Well, it was kind of ho-hum until Leckermacky just blast one past Pickard. Oh, my God.
No kidding. What a shot. And I mean, a nice assist from Coots to find him. You know, good work by Hedel to dig that puck kind of out of the traffic, and Coots to get a stick on it, poke it across to Leckermacky, and Leckermacky wire that one home. I mean, pretty good stuff all around. You saw more of a kind of NHL feel of a game, a little bit back and forth. Demko looks fantastic, very solid, very upright. He's tracking the glove save he made off the tip right in close, and then he also made a save off of the tip through traffic. You know, just getting in the right positions. He looks really tall. Looks fast. And he's not laboring at all, like we've seen out of Demko in recent memory, right? Every save he made, we were like, "Oh God, is this the one?" I don't have that feeling with him right now, and obviously we knock on wood as Canucks fans, but he looks focused on proving himself as a Vezina caliber goalie again, which is amazing to see. And you know, in the back of his mind, I mean, he said it. He said, "If I'm playing at the top of my game, I'll be on Team USA at the Olympics." And I mean, yeah, if he plays to everything we know Demko can play to, if he's 100% healthy, absolutely, he should be either the starting or a 1-2 tandem on the American US team. We just didn't know what we were going to get. We had no idea. Now we're seeing him in preseason, you know, little shaky in the first game that he played 2 periods in. But now as we're getting close to the regular season, I mean, knowing that him and Lankinen are going to be our 1-2, a pretty big sigh of relief when it comes to that department in the goaltending. I'll give Garland a bit of a down in the first there. You could tell that he's missed a bit of time, a little bit rusty. He seems a little step behind the other guys that have played more recently and have been doing the full training camp. He's the type of player, though, I'm not really worried about catching up. He's always in great shape and has that tenacity game in, game out. I honestly think by the third period tonight, he'll probably be pretty close to up to speed and not really bobbling the puck the way he was in the first period there. Overall, just really like the structure of the forward lines in this game so far. Little curious that he went with the second line that he went with Baines, Hedel, and Garland. That kind of feels more like 2 checkers with Hedel, but you know, right now, defensively, everything's working out. McDavid with 0 shots on net. And obviously, the defense that we have out there are far and above better than we had out against the Edmonton Oilers the last game, where McDavid and Draisaitl just ran ruckshot over everybody. But tonight, keeping them pretty much to the outside, not really giving them anything. You saw the penalty kill doing what the penalty kill has done all preseason. They've only given up two power play goals in the preseason, and I think when they gave them up, it was one of their really weak teams that they had out on the ice. So, yeah, really overall liking everything so far. You know, 5-on-5, it's obviously a bit sloppy still because not everyone has played together. Everyone's kind of been shuffled around a bit, but you can see as that period progressed, everyone kind of started to settle in. And I think in the second period, you'll see that even more. These lines will start to click. DeBrusk, Pettersson, Besser look fast, look dangerous anytime they're out on the ice. And
well,
I just think that...
Dustin.
Pardon?
Does DeBrus look faster? Because I didn't mention it last game, but just watching DeBrus through this preseason, he feels like he's picked up a bit of a step.
Well, I think just the team in general is playing a faster style of hockey. You know, they're not slowing down, waiting for the 3-man wide across the blue line. They take the puck and it's north. Go north. The 3 forwards go north. If you have control and possession, jump in. And even the defenseman, that 4th D-man, we saw Myers jump up in the rush there and take a 93-mile-an-hour slap shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see more of that. Like it's a controlled entry, and we're scoring off the rush, which is something we haven't seen in a year and a bit. So, all really nice things so far this preseason. Obviously, I missed last game talking about the game against Calgary, but some of those goals they scored off the rush, I mean, we didn't see any of that last year at all.
No.
And just the confidence that you see the forwards who are supposed to be offensive forwards have, combined with the defensive structure and the responsible back checking that they're doing, I really like what I see so far. And obviously it's a small sample size and we do the whole like give it 20 games thing, but I'm really excited to see this Canucks team come out of the gate fast and fresh and ready to put some goals on the board.
Before we move on to the next point, I wanted to just thank Eric Hunter. After that goal, he dropped 5 gifted memberships. Sorry, Dustin, I'm just going to put a YouTube chat on your face for a second here.
Absolutely.
Snowflake Slayer, Tillo95, Newstead Visuals, Tails Pittman, and Ron Johnstone, all getting free gifted memberships courtesy of Eric Hunter. And then just after that, I saw the General also dropping a gifted membership in chat. And that one went out to B, getting a free gifted membership courtesy of the General. So thank you very much to Eric Hunter for the 5 gifted and a General for the 1 gifted. You guys have been very, very generous so far this year. So we appreciate that very much.
Absolutely.
Thomas Mueller was talking smack. For anyone who doesn't follow soccer, he is the latest member of the Vancouver Whitecaps. Big famous guy, just scored his 300th goal in his career the other day. But I'm just gonna bring this up for you guys here, and this is what he had to say about Vancouver in general when it comes to talking about winning in Vancouver. Oh, there's no sound.
Came here, and when I talked. I came here, and when I talked to some people, we're never winning something. The Whitecaps are not winning, the Canucks are not winning, and I have the feeling the Vancouver people, they accept not winning.
What the heck, right?
I mean, I kind of get what he's saying with the way a lot of the crowds at, Whitecap games and Canucks games have been very corporate. I mean, I've been to a couple of Canucks games last season where there's times in the games you could hear a pin drop. No one's cheering, no one's trying to get any energy going in the building. It's just kind of like everyone's quiet watching the game. No one's really talking to each other, and you look in, the lower bowl, probably 60 to 70% of it, they're on their phones. No one's really engaged. And yeah, I mean, they kind of are okay with the product, I guess, because they just go for a status symbol to say like, oh, I was at the Canucks game or I was at the Whitecaps game when this happened. And like, I kind of get it in a sense. Because I'd much rather watch the game, at a pub with a bunch of actual rowdy fans some nights now with 4K coverage. I mean, the coverage we get every single Canucks game on TV, or when they get shifted to Prime, we get those ones. It's not like you have to go out and do the pay-per-view thing like we've had to do in the past, where there was like 9 or 10 Canucks games that were only accessible by paying extra. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess they accept not being good. I mean, really, it's just kind of been our history, so we don't know what it's like to be champions.
Until last year when the Abbey Canucks won.
Exactly. And that was the start. You got to start somewhere, right?
I mean, the only point, and I mean, Reddit was all over this, of course, when that quote came out. And it's like, didn't we have like a riot after 2 Stanley Cup losses? So there was definitely some people who were not happy the Canucks lost. But I was like, how did we get dragged into this, Thomas? So another random quote from somebody else, but Trevor Zegras, who I've never been a fan of, suddenly I'm a huge fan of because he comes out and he says he's happy to be in the same division with Jack and Luke Hughes because it means he no longer is in the same division as their brother. I never want to play Quinn Hughes ever again. He is the best hockey player ever. Full stop.
I mean, I think there's a couple of clips of Hughes absolutely breaking that kid's ankles. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Makes sense.
He's just giving credit where credit's due. But he may come to regret those words a little bit. Quinn has said in the past that Luke may become a better defenseman than he is just because Luke has far more size than Quinn. And the same pretty much skill set that Quinn Hughes has. He just hasn't had the same amount of time to develop the way Quinn did. I believe he didn't do the college route the same way that Quinn did.
Mhm.
So, you know, just a different development path. But overall, I mean, Zegras might want to watch it.
Yeah.
I agree. Quinn Hughes is by far the best, probably defenseman he's played against in likely his career. Just given the age group, and he didn't play against other elite defensemen. In the Pacific Division, he is definitely the best defenseman now, and I mean he's 1 or 2 in the league, right, with Cale Makar, and that's always the comparison. But the rest of the league is kind of finally on notice about how good Quinn Hughes really is, and it's refreshing as a Canucks fan to hear it talked about more often league wide.
We love to see it, and it's fun that he's also playing with Tocchet. So maybe he said that quote right in front of Tocchet, which would be a pretty funny thing to see. Kravtsov does clear waivers. Not a real huge surprise there. Do you have hope that with a little bit of development down with Manny and Abby, that there's a chance for him to one day be a serviceable guy in the NHL? Or do you think it's just a lost cause at this point?
I mean, it depends. If he really wants to be an NHL player, like he said he did, that's why he came back from the KHL. He won the scoring title in the KHL, felt like that was all he had to accomplish there. Wanted to come back here. Really looked like he was entitled to a spot. Didn't think he had to work hard enough. Was definitely outshined by many other young players. I mean, obviously we could talk for hours about the Braden Coots debacle and what the Canucks are going to do with him. Clearly, the kid is too good for junior hockey.
Yeah.
But this is why the NHL the NHLPA fought so hard for that new CBA, where some of these young guys can go to the AHL, or I guess that's the owners fight, or the owners fighting for that, because development has changed over the years. You have to work hard. There's so many guys that are right there, especially coming off the Calder win. Kravtsov just didn't do the work, and you could see it. I called it early. He just didn't look as hungry as the rest of the guys. Unfortunately, the same kind of falls with Carlson. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him going back down tomorrow on the final round of cuts before they finalize their roster. Last game was really his chance. Right? Pardon?
Because they've also sent Amon down now too. Who has to
I not surprised there, especially with the emergence of Coots. Oman just dropped way down the depth chart. Kravtsov maybe gets picked up on re-entry waivers if they have to call him back up. But it'd be nice to see what he can do once Manny gets his hands on him. Like you said, go down and work a little bit in the AHL. If he truly is hungry about getting back to the NHL, I mean, the way those guys have gotten guys ready to fill in. I mean, last year with the injuries and stuff, some of those young guys came in and didn't miss a beat. So I really think that it would be a good thing for him to go down and work with Abbotsford. Hopefully he reports and doesn't just decide to screw off back to KHL, because I really do think he's a talented hockey player. He just needs an attitude adjustment and needs to work for it more.
Yeah. From the way the coaches are talking about it, they feel like they can fix him, I think is what they're thinking. So who knows? Maybe he ends up being a piece of a trade or something like that.
Yeah, who knows? For sure.
Does Amon clear waivers, or do you think he gets picked up?
Amon's a tough one. I know there's probably teams out there that are screaming for center depth, especially on the third, fourth line. And he does have penalty killing experience and is relatively decent at that. So he probably checks a lot more boxes as an NHL ready guy, that you're willing to take that risk by picking up off waivers. More so than Kravtsov, especially because Kravtsov hasn't been around the league as much. He was over in the KHL, whereas Oman was part of a Calder Cup winning team, and he's been up and down and has shown that he can hold his own in the NHL. So yeah, I really think he might get picked up on waivers tomorrow.
This seems really familiar because we always have the Abbey Canucks here. And a lot of the time, we don't have time to talk about them. So let's hang on to the Abbey Canucks talk for the post-game show, and we can get updated. Not a lot to talk about the Abbey Canucks, but they are underway with their training camp, and they'll have a split squad game tomorrow. So we can chat about that in the post-game. How about that, Dustin?
Absolutely. Sounds good to me. And just quickly, Gary, I agree. DeBrusk is a very streaky player. It drives me crazy too. I hope this is the year that he breaks out of it. He does seem hungry to play with Petey and Besser, and maybe that's the time where he, plays with guys his own age and is ready to push hard and find some consistency.
Yeah, Dustin, watch for it. I tell you, DeBrusk has got an extra step this year.
Must be those Pokemon cards.
Gotta catch them all. Awesome.
He's going to be the very best.
Yeah, the best.
Get you later.
Dustin Boydell, the Silver Fox, stopping by to get us all updated on everything happening in the land of the Canucks. It's always good to see Dustin. And a reminder, during the second intermission, my brother will be joining us live from Australia from Saturday afternoon on the other side of the world. So make sure you stay tuned for that as well. The boys are just getting back onto the ice. About 30 seconds before they drop the puck here. So in the meantime, let's hop back into chat for a moment. Everyone is on their phones instead of watching the game just to put a tweet or something like, bruh, facepalm. Swerve and Durbin, at Russ, you forgot the umlaut above the U. For whom? Which one? Who did I forget? Oh, the U. Huh. I'm so bad with my spelling. And then you add in extra umlauts and stuff. Either Mancini or PD is making the team. Eric Hunter at Sportsnet has to add crowd noise as ambiance for most games. Yep. All right, second period's about to get underway here. And the puck has been dropped. The Oilers have won the opening faceoff of the second period of play. Canucks lead 1-0 on a beautiful shot by Lekermacki. Far side off the bar and in, off a pass from Coots. Let's see if they updated it with an assist to Hedel. No, just Lekermacki and Coots. The Oilers skating out of their own zone, pass up to the blue line. Podkolzin gets picked off by Myers and he gets pinned to the boards. Bluger comes in, plays behind the net for Marcus Pettersson, who spins and plays it out to center ice. Drew O'Connor gets to it before Nurse does and gets in behind the net, but Nurse gets back and does well to take the puck away from O'Connor, and then O'Connor gets double teamed behind the net, and the Oilers come up with it, play it out to their own blue line. Stetcher plays it across. McDavid in, gets stopped there. Quinn Hughes plays it up the boards. Mr. Podkolzin stops it there, but the Canucks come up with it until they lose it in the near side corner. Ekholm battling at the blue line, ends up getting squeaked out into the Oilers zone. Hope Almond clears waivers, says Gary Wiseman. Fair enough, Gary, the funniest man in chat. Hachiko says, hi, Era. What's up, Era? Always good to see you, Era, in chat. Oilers bring it in. Spin around the entire zone right now. Draisaitl getting taken down there. Besser pinching his man. Quinn Hughes stayed with Draisaitl the whole time, and then Quinn Hughes managed to battle the puck out of the zone. Quinn Hughes going for a change. The Oilers trying to pick off the Canucks changing. McDavid in fast down the far side boards. Plays it to himself. Gets hit by D. Petey. And D. Petey takes down McCrybaby. Pass back to the blue line, and it skips off Kulak's stick out to his own. Man, D. Petey rocking McDavid. You love to see it. W. Zegras laughing and crying. That's why Ducks are greater than Kings, says Chico. Welcome 81 in chat. Lecker looking good. Thumbs up. Yeah, Lecker is looking good, the general says. Oilers pick it up in their own zone. Playing it out into the center ice zone. Chipped in right onto Demko. He plays it to the corner. Canucks put it up the boards. Gets blocked there. Oilers play it down low. Bain gets it. He plays it behind the net for Vilander. Vilander backhands it out into the center ice neutral zone. Oilers pick it up there and flip it back into the Canucks zone. DPD first one back. Plays it behind the net. That gets intercepted by the Oilers, but they make a bad pass out and the Canucks intercepted for a moment. Oilers pick it up at the Canucks blue line and flip it back down in. DPD picks it up there on the half boards near side. Plays it all the way up to the other blue line for Lekermacki. Lekermacki skates down the boards into the corner on Stetcher. Turns. Gets double teamed there. Now Coots comes in to support. Stetcher there. Lekermacki. Puck squeaks out to Nurse, who played it up the boards. The Oilers skate out. Two of them over the Canucks blue line. Put themselves offside, though, like a bunch of fools. Henrique putting himself offside. Tweet! Faceoff will come outside. Quinn Hughes staying with Draisaitl. Draisaitl making a full spin around the entire zone. And Quinn Hughes is like, hell no, bro! And takes him down. Quinn Hughes and Besser blocking that. Love to see it. That puck took a crazy bounce off the end boards out to Demko, too. Anarchy, chaos. You love to see it. Oilers win the draw in their own zone. Puck comes all the way down the ice. Picked up behind by Marcus Pettersson, who plays it over for Tyler Myers' far side, up the boards. Canucks flip it out to center ice. Into the Oilers zone. Gets out into the Canucks zone. Myers has to contend with the referee for a moment. Kane plays it up the boards for Coots. Coots gets double teamed. Myers picks up the errant puck. Plays it out to center. Rung around the boards. Stopped behind the net by Pickard. Kane in first on the forecheck. Looks like the Canucks are changing. Got Sherwood out on the ice now. And Thomas Mueller is at the game tonight. Look at this. He's talking about how the Canucks don't like winning. And now he's at the game. Tweeted out by the one and only Trevor Baggs, the newest Canucks beat reporter. You love to see it. Congratulations, Trevor Baggs. Back to the bar. Canucks play it out to center. Gets past the intended target of Sherwood. Oilers pick it up, play it out to center. Mangiapane loses to Hronek. Plays over Hughes, who plays it back to Hronek. Has it skip over his stick. He'll flip it out to center. A Hail Mary pass can't get picked up, but O'Connor checks his man for a moment. But Nugent Hopkins picks it up at center ice. He flips it up to the blue line. Mangiapane tries to play it back. Good hand-eye there by Hronek, who blocks the pass, but then the Oilers get it down low. Podkolzin tries to play it back out front. A sprawling Hronek blocks that pass. Now Podsy carries it out of the corner and takes a shot on net. Hughesy picks it up, plays it up the boards, loses it there. Skating down, Podkolzin takes a shot. Demko makes a save. Mangiapane could pick up the rebound. Back to the blue line. Ekholm plays it down behind the net. Gets past to Mangiapane, who plays it up the boards for Draisaitl. Plays it back to the blue line. Skating to the middle. Bouchard plays it down in the corner for Draisaitl. Draisaitl goes behind the net. Plays it over for McDavid. McDavid back to Bouchard on the blue line. He skates down in the far side face-off circle. Doing laps. Comes back to the blue line. Plays it over for Ekholm. Ekholm flips it in behind the net. Comes all the way around behind to Draisaitl on the blue line. He's getting harassed and ends up putting it outside the Canucks blue line. So thank you, Draisaitl, for helping us clear the zone. Canucks managed to get a couple guys changed. But McDavid skates in with a partial break, and he loses the puck at the last second. Good stick there by, I think it was Marcus Pettersson. No, it was Jake DeBrusk. Jake DeBrusk with a good stick on McDavid at the last second, poking the puck off McDavid's stick. Jake DeBrusk, responsible defensively. Yeah, Mangiapane couldn't handle that rebound. And a good, McDavid skating right through the slot, passing over to Mangiapane, gets a shot off. Demko makes a save, and the rebound gets cleared. Demko looking solid so far. Always going to knock on wood. Puck rung around the boards into the Canucks corner. Pettersson there plays it up the boards into the middle. Hughes through center into the blue line, stops up, waits. No one harassing him, so he plays it down low for Petey. Petey tries to play it out front, gets blocked. Back down to him from Vilander. Petey plays it down behind the net. Picked up there by DeBrusk. Garland's there now too. Looks like they're in the middle of a change. Garland on the half boards tries to put it back to the blue line. Gets chipped past Vilander. The Oilers put it to the middle. And then heels back to prevent that chance from getting in. Good job. Good job by Hedl to back check. Rhythm rhymes with Joe Mama. Leaving Coots off this team at this point would be a mistake. Rhymes with Joe Mama. Welcome to the chat. Fast moving second period of play. I don't know if we've had many whistles. Rhymes with Joe Mama. Welcome to the chat. Craps off. Like Lankinen. Bro! O'Connor is finish. Really? Question mark. Marcus Pettersson picking up the puck behind his own net. Would we are a nice country to the world? Yep. Eric Hunter, if Quinn breaks over 100 points, then he will definitely deserve to be paid big money. Yeah. He's already going to get paid big money. Eric Hunter, I'm pretty sure you might have to help out. You might have to help fund Quinn Hughes' contract. Myers trying to get the puck in the corner. Can't come out with it. Oilers pick it up, play it back to the point. Nurse shoots it towards the net, ends up going wide. Canucks play it out. Coots plays it off of the boards and into the Oilers zone. Kane picks it up, plays it over for Coots. Coots gets it back from Lekermacki. Lekermacki plays it back to the blue line for Myers. Myers plays it across for Hughes. Hard pass, manages to keep it. Lekermacki spins on the boards on the far side. Trying to play it to the middle was Coots. Blocked. And the Oilers played out to the blue line. Kept in by Tyler Myers. He'll flip it in behind the net. Takes a funny bounce off the boards, but Pickard handles it and plays it back behind the net for Nurse. Isn't he American? O'Connor is American, yeah. Cool. Hughes getting 20 mil. He probably will. I'll give you guys a countdown now, too, because, you know, why not? 11, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. 11:20 left to go in the second period. Brock Besser trying to go through the defense, couldn't come up with it. Petey trying to come up with the puck. He gets hit. The Oilers skated out. Draisaitl through center. McDavid to his left. Passes over to him. McDavid fans on the pass. Oh, and then the Canucks try and play it up the boards to DeBrusk, but ends up getting blocked by Ekholm. Ekholm carries it in, plays it over for Frederick, who rings it around the boards. Tyler Myers picks it up, rings it around the boards. Ekholm gets hit there, but ends up playing it down the boards. McDavid plays it to the middle. That one gets intercepted there by Hedl. Hedl plays it over for Besser. Besser gets to center, and he'll flip it down into the Oilers zone. Takes a hit while he's doing it. Bouchard picks it up with speed out of the zone. Baines onto the ice as well now. Mangiapane can't handle that pass. Podkolzin plays it behind the net for Mangiapane. Misses him. Bouchard in the middle gets taken down. The Canucks coming out now. Partial looks like a 4-on-3 right here. And the Canucks go right through DP going right through the defense, but couldn't get the pass off or the shot. Vilander picks up the puck on the far boards, plays it down, intercepted by Bouchard. Good work there by Garland. Plays it back to the blue line, but unfortunately the Canucks were changing, so it comes all the way back to Hughes in his own zone. Hughes being harassed by Mangiapane, plays it out to center. Canucks play it through center. Flipped over for Garland, who plays it over for Bluger, gets blocked there by Kulak into the far corner in the Oilers zone. Back to the blue line for Hughes, plays it across for Hronek, into the middle for Hedl. Hedl skating down the near side boards. Oh no, that's O'Connor. O'Connor out for Bluger, and Bluger with a shot from the face-off circle, and Picard is up to the task. He gloves it. And that'll be one of the very few whistles that we've had so far in this game. With the team we have now, we are 21, 12, and 6 minus Bluger for Kirby Doc in the simulation. We're third in the division. Everyone is having a career high. Also, DeBrusque plays Pokemon. He does. So he's the GOAT. Hughes 18 million AAV. Might be. For 7? I get him for 8. Poor DeBrusque lose some locker room cred with that video. Laugh out loud. Nah, gained. Rhymes with Joe Mama. Amon clears. Baines clears. Carlson gets claimed. Write it down. Rhymes with Joe Mama. Let's see if he's right. Pokemon important. Aiden Kelly. Welcome back, Aiden Kelly. Nothing is perfect. I'm late. Hopefully Dobby is not sad because of that. He's a little upset. I'm not going to lie to you. But you know what? He'll get over it because he loves you, Aiden. Welcome back, my dude. New game comes out soon. Is there a new Pokemon game coming out? That video is a minus 1,000 aura points. Whoops. Laughing and crying, KJ. To catch them is my real test. Good day, says Rhymes with Joe Mama. Good day to you too. See you next intermission, says Eric Hunter. Rhymes with Joe Mama Obama. Laugh out loud. Neil Foster, think I'm 10 seconds in front of you. Yokohama. 3-1 Nucks after 2, says Daniel. That's what you're predicting. So 2 more goals for the Canucks in this period. And then 1 goal for the Oilers. There it is. Thomas Mueller, Whitecaps forward, seeing hockey, probably first time live. Yamaha, laugh out loud. Jazz is saying it's going to be 2-2 after the second. Daniel Turgeon says, let's go. And then Rhymes with Your Mama says, cry for your mama. 67, hot mama, laughing and crying. Thomas Mueller in your intermission menu. Oh, yeah. Whoops. 6, 7. Shot to the front of the net, goes wide by the Canucks after a 1 face-off in the Oilers zone. The Oilers throw it all the way down the ice. Good job by Hronek to take his man out. Gets checked, though. The Oilers moving in hard on the forecheck. Braden Coots is there battling for the puck. We got a rugby game now on the board. Squeaks out up the boards. The Oilers get the puck poked off their stick all the way. Emberson picks it up. Kane tries to throw a hit on him. The Oilers, Kulak now on the near side corner, plays out to the blue line, intercepted there by Bluger. Bluger over for Sherwood. Sherwood plays it down the boards. O'Connor skates in to pick it up. He gets hit though, and the Oilers come up with the puck. They put it into the slot of their own zone, and they'll start skating out. They'll stop up just inside their own blue line. They'll try and play it out. O'Connor now picks it up high slot, plays it down for Bluger. Bluger hits his man. Puck comes in behind the Oilers net. Sherwood does well to dig it out, plays it back to the blue line. Marcus Pettersson was off of the point, and thus the puck comes all the way down in the Canucks zone. Tyler Myers, Marcus Pettersson playing pass in their own zone, pass up to the blue line. Bluger rips it in, ends up fanning on it, and then the battle ensues on the inside boards on the close side. And then the Oilers throw it all the way down the ice and ice the puck. Learn the rules. Nah, Russ, need to replay that hit on your intro and outro. Which hit? Era 3, Hachiko, I fully believe you will get stolen by a bear. Fair enough. Sensei Dean Y, need to see Kane hit in the third, right? Yeah, the hit where Kane goes into the penalty box, right? Should we leave that one? Now that Kane's on the Canucks, with Zadorov putting him into the bench. Yo, did Brock just destroy McDavid? It was D. Petey, man. D frickin' Petey destroyed McDavid. Knocked him right on his booty. Hronek through center, pass up to the blue line, tipped across by Besser over for DeBrusque. DeBrusque rips around the boards, comes to Petey on the near side. Petey on the backhand, skates up the boards a little bit, being harassed by Nurse. Plays it back to the blue line, gets intercepted there. McDavid now, Draisaitl. Intercepted by Hughes, though. Draisaitl is frustrated, cross-checks Hughes. The Nurse picks it up at the blue line, flips it down low. Hronek plays it off the boards and out to center ice. DeBrusque with some speed to harass Nurse. They turn. The Canucks make a change. The Oilers slowly out of their zone. DeBrusque and Petey and Besser leave the ice. Hughes picks it up in his own zone. Pass out to the Oilers blue line. Baines spins, plays it to the side for Garland. Garland plays it back to the blue line for DPD. DPD with a shot to the front of the net. Picard makes a save. Pickard. DPD battling for the puck. Falls. Now McDavid plays it up the boards and out all the way down the ice. Vilander, first man back. Picks it up. Rolling puck, not enough for icing. Howard harassing Vilander. Plays up for DPD. Played across the zone over for Philip Hedl. Hedl plays over Garland. Garland plays it to the middle. DPD plays over Vilander. Vilander throws it to the front of the net. Baines trying to get a tip on it. Ends up going just wide. Baines from his knees plays it over for Hedl, but can't get it over to him. And now Garland with a short angle shot from almost the red line. Oilers bring it back down. And the Oilers come in and blast it past Demko to the far side. Tying up the game here in the second period of play. Looks like Arvidsson might have been the one who got it. And the Edmonton Oilers have tied it in the second period of play. Oilers come back the other way. DP's back. And what a shot. 3-on-2. And Mangiapane plays to the middle and a blast past Demko through a screen. Clean look. Just a lot of speed on that shot. And Kapanen ends up being the one who gets it. Kasperi Kapanen, after taking a penalty in the first, on a pass from Tomasek, Kapanen blasted past Demko. Whoops. Nice. Love that. Good D, Hronik. Mueller's got to see the Warriors game. Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac. Pause, KJ, laugh out loud, JK. Canucks ring the puck in around the boards. Kane trying to come up with it. Can't. Ekholm skates out from behind his own net. Leaves it for Podkolzin, who plays it across for Bouchard. Playing it back for Podkolzin, who plays it up to the Canucks blue line. Mangiapane stops up on the half boards far side, gives it away to Kane. Kane skates onto it at center ice. He's going to take a second, ends up losing the puck to Ekholm. Ekholm plays it all the way down to the Canucks blue line. Tipped into the zone by Nugent Hopkins. Mangiapane harasses them. Puck out to center. Kane tips it into the Oilers zone. They pick it up, play it back into the Canucks zone. Hronik picks it up there, plays it over for Hughes. Petey with some speed, good speed down the boards, plays it in front, try to get over for Besser, but the pass gets tipped. The Oilers come back 3-on-2, drops the pass to the front of net, shot. Oilers put it out front, intercepted there by Petey. Petey flips it out center ice just to relieve the pressure, and the Canucks will start to change. DeBrusk with some harassment on Draisaitl, but the Oilers will be able to get out of their own zone, out to center. Pass up to Draisaitl at the blue line, intercepted there. O'Connor through the middle, ends up falling. Bluger, shot to the front of the net. Picard with a save. Rebound comes right out in the slot. Oilers pick it up there. 4:42 left to go in the second period of play. No, says Aiden Kelly. It starts in late November. Yeah, the PWHL. I think it's like November 21st they start or something. Bluger puts it down low into the zone. Sherwood picks it up. Or is that the NLL? The NLL gets started in November? Ooh, a shot from the point, tipped by O'Connor, I think. And Pickard is up to the task, making a stop on a shot from DPD. 4:22 left to go in the second period. Nope. Jake, says Johnny Redbone. Yee. Goes for November to May. Sweet move, Jake. Jazz says go, 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 go. Hachiko says w. Just a warning. One way. So you guys are ready? We're all surprised by Jake's D. I know. It's a very surprising D. For real. I want to see more of his D. Aiden Kelly, Hachiko, you just gave me a swear heart attack. Swear jar, heart attack. An effing heart attack. That's why I know one is talking. November 28th, Vancouver Warriors first game is the following night. Interesting. PD staying on his feet. You love to see it. Hashtag you love to see PD staying on his feet. My buddy Chris Vogel, who has the season tickets holder, sent me a text and says, Lecker Mackey from Coots, fucker is gonna make the team laugh out loud. And I said, both of them are, eh? Which is totally true. I think both are now going to make the team. They're looking really good. I wonder what 10 teams is on the no trade list for Luke and Jack, and why is Vancouver on it? Laughing and crying. Sensei Dean Y. Oh, close. Rhymes with Jomama. Fast forward. You're over a minute behind the play. Laugh out loud. Oilers lost their toughness. Kane will help on against Miller. Yeah. Too evil, says Zach. Braden Coots with an assist in the game. Bella's looking good so far, says Johnny Redbone. Canucks win the draw on their own in the other zone. Pass to the middle. Couldn't quite get the shot off. Block there. Hedel harassing his man now. Hits him in the corner. Garland trying to come up with it. Harassing his man. The Oilers managed to skate it out. Nurse over the blue line. Shot to the front of the net. That one gets tipped over the net into the corner. Hedel picks it up there. He'll play it up the boards. Baines can't come with it. DP's there too now. Oilers play it down behind the net. Vilander goes in the back to try and get it. Puck ends up coming out front and a swing and a miss from an Oilers stick, but it looks like there is going to be a holding call on Vilander. He does not like the call. He's complaining as he goes back to the penalty box, but looks like that's the reason the Oiler player had a swing and a miss. Tom Vilander taking the penalty, putting the Oilers onto the power play. Oh, he's going to get it from behind the net. So Philip played it out front. Vilander looks very sour about that call. I think the Nucks are going to do better than last year. Just pause the video and be on Russ's time. Yeah, that's the only way to do it. That's why I do the countdown for you guys. I'm thinking about doing a visual countdown. I might try it in the first game of the regular season. Maybe we should try it. Maybe we should try it in this. Let's see. Draisaitl side of the net. Shot on net. Easy save from Demko. Draisaitl puts it over to the far side boards for McDavid. Back down for Draisaitl. Back up to McDavid on the boards. Far side. Back down for Draisaitl. Draisaitl being harassed by Marcus Pettersson. McDavid gets it again. Skates up to the blue line. Turns. Passes across for Bouchard. Bouchard with a shot. Kick save from Demko. And Draisaitl picks up the rebound and slams it into the back of the net. The Oilers have taken a 2-1 lead on the power play. And Vilander hanging his head in shame as he comes back. Demko with a great save to start, but the rebound comes right over for Draisaitl. And he'll go back to the bench and fist bump his teammates as he puts the Oilers up 2-1 on the power play from Bouchard and McDavid. Yeah, Bouchard with a shot, rebound, out to Draisaitl, and Draisaitl made no mistake and ripped it top corner on Demko. No chance for Demko. But absolutely, I think Bouchard, he shot it off Demko. Demko almost got that. 69 people in chat. Nice. Hey, I'm finally back from the theater. What'd you go see, HMS Fangirl? HSM Fangirl, what'd you see? Usually Russ counts down so we can sync up. Yeah. Boo. Shite, says Johnny Redbone. Yes, we need Dobby. Just under 3 minutes left to go in the second period of play. Puck comes out of the Edmonton Oilers zone. Hughes picks it up. Stops in his own zone, being harassed. Plays it out. Oilers pick it up at center. They put it in offside, so they'll have to tag up. Hronek picks it up behind his own net. He'll start out over his own blue line. Rings the puck around the boards. Comes to the other side. Coots is there. He harasses his man. DeBrusk is there as well. Besser picks it up. Back to Vilander on the blue line. He puts it down low, but and then Coots gets to it for a second. But can't take the puck off of Kulak, and Kulak will flip it all the way down the ice for icing. Kulak, learn the rules! Kulak doesn't know the rules. Pretty good hockey game, said Sensei. Yeah, trade Hughes for someone like Cooch or something, or get the rest of the brothers. Hopefully that's how it goes. Please don't leave us, Hughes. We're nothing without him! Mega Dragonite Dog. Jazz, if you mean that playmaker from Tampa Bay, I want Jack Finley in that trade too. Mueller spotted in the crowd, says rhymes with Joe Mama. Kane taking the face off. Nugent Hopkins wins it. Puck comes all the way down the ice, back into the Canucks zone. Not enough for icing. DP's first one back. He gets hit by Nugent Hopkins. Canucks come up with it though. Lekermacki skates over the blue line, puts it to the middle for Coots. Coots has to skate onto it. Rolling puck. Lekermacki supports though and skates in behind the Oilers net. Spins, turns. Coots is there to support as well. Lekermacki and Coots trying to come up with it. 3 Oilers there. They work it over for Kane though. Kane puts it back to the blue line for Vilander, plays it across for DPD. DPD throws it towards the net and it goes off of a skate and out of play. So that faceoff should probably be within the Oilers zone. Paragraph bro. Wielander is not NHL ready. Can see why he got the last look tonight. Mancini making the big club over him. He needs some pro time in the AHL, not using his feet. He's been so highly touted to have. I don't see the rest of your message, Dustin. Dustin must be still typing. I'm left in suspense now. Scrofford's just like, Scrofford, I get it. I'm feasting on popcorn twist. Popcorn twist. St. Louis Blues is Calvin and Charlie. Twist and shout, Jazz. Where they really play no broke boys in Rogers Arena. Crying, peace, sad. The general. Let's get 2 more, guys. Could someone tell me who scored the goal? And then the general shows up and he's like, here's $2. Canucks need 2 quick ones. No problem. Here's $2. Thank you very much for the $2 dono, the general. I appreciate you. Big Villy style. What's so special about Vilander? He hasn't showed it to me yet. Correct, lefty all around. And that's why he's going to end up in the AHL to start this year. Big Willie style needs to marinate the AHL for a season and a half. And then the general's out here doing the wave. Woo! Good movie. What's a good movie? I Googled it and accidentally watched Showgirls. Fair enough. Yeah, DPD getting lit up by Pod Colson. Pod Colson coming in and throwing a hit on DPD. Was slow to get up. Goes back to the bench. No, 1-1. Yep. Michael Chow. I hope the Canucks don't catch whatever illness is going around with the Oilers. Are the Oilers sick right now? PD wins the face-off. Hughes plays it down. Back to Hughes on the point. He skates the blue line. Cuts to the middle. Plays over for Pettersson at the top. Hronik skates down the board. Spins. Does his best Hughes impersonation. Plays it over for PD. PD throws it on net. Picard sticks it to the side. Hronik skates down. Pinches in from the point. Knocks his man down in the corner. Stetcher getting bullied by DeBrusk. Now he cross-checks DeBrusk a couple times. Rugby game. Besser tries to come out with it. Can't come up with it. The Oilers pick it up. And they'll flit it out to center ice. I'm not saying he needs to flash, but he hasn't even used his feet to get out of trouble. Correct. There's a lot of speed out there. That's the thing. I don't know if he needs a year, but likely be the first injury call up on the right side, but he needs to develop more. That holding penalty was just lazy. Yep. Canucks controlling again. Tyler Myers comes down from the point. Stops, spins, leaves it for DeBrusk. Garland's there. He plays it to the middle. The Oilers bring it out. They've got a 3-on-2 if they work for it. McDavid, Draisaitl, pass across, and Demko with the save. What a save. Did you see that? I couldn't even get the words out of my face. With just under 20 seconds left to go, Demko with a huge save on a 3-on-2. Oilers controlling the end of the Canucks zone. 3 seconds left. And that's going to do it. End of the period. My goodness. Demko keeping the Canucks in this game on a beautiful save. Frederick couldn't get it in, and Demko makes a save. on a pass. Okay. Oh, let's change this. Okay. Okay, let's get my brother on the phone. See if he's ready to go. What's up, brother? I've got you in the back, so I'll bring you on in just a second here. I just got you in the waiting room for a sec here. I just got to make sure your face is working properly. You know what I mean? This. You don't have your video on, brother. Perfect. Make that bigger. Oh yeah, look at that big old head of yours. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. He's a better looking version of me. All right, I'm gonna make this a bit smaller because he's got William here too. I wasn't sure if William was gonna show up, but he is. So let's make sure we can see his face as well. You guys should all be very excited. You're getting a double dose of Down Under. All the lovely Gorner faces hanging out here. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna update it with William's name as well, and then we'll be good to go here. Perfect. Okay, guys. Despite the fact that it is tomorrow already for them all the way down there in Australia, that means they can still watch the game with us because, you know, that's how time works. So figure it out. How's it going, boys? How's the future going?
It's pretty good. Hot and sweaty here.
Yeah.
What's the temperature down there?
It's high 30s, high humidity.
Yeah.
No big D. So, William, this is your first time live on the stream. So I have a couple questions for you to start off. All right.
All right.
Say, first question: who is your favorite hockey team?
This is my favorite hockey team,
Yeah.
Vancouver Canucks.
There we go. Yeah. Good answer. Good answer. Who's your favorite hockey player?
Probably Sherwood.
Oh, sure. I like
the way he
that.
plays.
Just you love the abuse he gives to the other teams?
Pardon?
You like the abuse he hands out to the other teams?
Yeah.
So you've been
Big
watching
hits.
the Canucks for a little while. Do you have like a favorite moment while watching the Canucks so far?
Probably the Dallas game last year when they came back from 2-5. They won in overtime.
That was a wild
Probably
one.
that. Yeah.
That was a chaotic game.
Yeah. Well, we'll make some new memories
Kinda
for you when the
started you-
Canucks make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, well, I was going to say it hasn't been the best few years to started watching the Canucks and being a fan. There's not really a lot of memories to have started with.
Yeah, it's kind of funny
was
how
a
that
good
goes.
time.
So, boys, what do you think about the game so far today?
They look pretty stagnant, to be honest, especially in that second period. Like the shots are pretty equal, but most of our shots are just from outside. There's not really any pressure on the net. I don't know. It's only preseason now. It doesn't look like there's a big effort level going on.
Yeah, looks like like Dustin was mentioning in the first period. It looks like Garland's taking a minute to get going here.
Yeah. I'd say our top six forwards, all of them are just kind of out there floating, going through the motions, to be honest.
William, have you noticed any of the Canucks players playing really well tonight?
I mean, Lekomaki got that one goal, but everyone's been pretty quiet tonight.
Demko is probably the only player who
Yeah.
looks like he's got the effort level.
So we
He's
give
made
it,
some phenomenal saves.
give it to Demko and Lekramacky and Coots, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been like watching Coots. He's got a motor on him, eh?
Think he makes the team?
I would say he probably deserves to, but the whole situation with him being 18 and having to go through waivers, I just don't know if it's worth the risk.
That is
He
very
could
true.
probably do. This is what I mean. Like he, by rights, yeah, he's looking like he can play in the NHL, but you got to keep him up after that, and you can't. You risk losing him on waivers if you try and send him down. So.
Ryan,
What
do
do
you
you
agree
reckon?
with Dustin on the Vilander? Like, kind of just looks like he's maybe a step behind, and you think Vilander needs a little bit of time down the A?
Yeah, I don't think he's ready. Yeah, he definitely needs some time in the A.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
So,
No,
Will, I got a couple more questions for you as well.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a team, a player from a different team that's not the Canucks to come and play for the Canucks, who would that be?
Marvin.
I'd say McKinnon. I like him as well.
McKinnon?
He's big, he's physical, and he's good.
Oh yeah, everyone would want a McKinnon on their team.
Yeah.
Be a good second line center for us.
So what was that?
It would be a good second line center for us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Might make the cut.
So what's it like watching Canucks hockey down in Australia?
It's pretty good. It's all on Disney now, on Disney Plus. So like last couple of years, that it wasn't actually through the NHL. It was NHL TV. Disney bought the rights to the broadcast down here. So yeah, all the games are on there.
So I'm going to throw a couple questions at both of you just about this upcoming season. We're moving into the regular season here pretty quick. So I'm going to throw some like point totals, goal totals at you about certain Vancouver Canucks. And I want you guys to tell me if you think they're going to score more or less than that. Okay.
All right.
So
Yeah.
William, Elias Pettersson, the forward, EP40. I think he's going to score 40 goals this year. Do you think he'll score more than that or less than that?
I reckon 40 is a bit much. I reckon more 30s realistic.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I reckon he's going to be better this year.
Okay.
He's not going to get 40 points.
Ryan, EP40, 40 goals, over under.
I don't think he'll get under. Definitely under.
Okay, Ryan,
I'll be stoked if he did, and he's got the skill set to do it, but I just don't.
Because my early preseason prediction is that EP40 gets 40, and I think that Brock Besser gets 42. Ryan, over under, Brock Besser on 40 goals.
Neither. I'd say right around 40 goals.
Yeah, so bang on. William, do you agree?
Yeah, I'd agree. 40, yeah.
So the other thing that people have been talking about, obviously, we've got Demko, we got Lankinen, could be the best duo for goaltenders in the entire league. But the question is, Demko and Lankinen, how do they split up the game? So William, Demko over under 50 games played. So that would mean that Lankinen plays 32.
I reckon they're going to go like 50-50 with them, so maybe under.
Yeah, so maybe just that like 45, 35 or something like that.
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking slightly leaning Demko's way, 50-ish games. I was already thinking that.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, let Lankinen play every third game or so.
Yeah. So a guy who I've been talking about... Sorry, what were we going to say?
I was just going to say that'd be a perfect setup. Just not overworking Demko. He looks pretty fit. He looks ready.
He looks like himself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So William, a guy who I've been talking about, I think DeBrusk looks a little faster than he has been. But he is a very streaky player. Over under on Jake DeBrusk scoring 30 goals, William.
I reckon right around that as well. 30 goals. Yeah.
Call it even?
Good season. Yeah.
Do you agree with your son, Ryan?
We're pretty well all on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking 30 goals for Jake. Yeah.
Okay, now
all on the same page. I'd even go as far as saying all these numbers you're throwing out, that's the numbers they have to hit for us to go anywhere this year. If those guys don't get those numbers, we're fucked.
So here's a funny one because Connor Garland, he's one of the most consistent guys when it comes to his point totals. He pretty much scores 60 points every year. That's like every year he scores 60 points. So Ryan, does he go to a career high or does he get slightly below his career average? So plus minus 60.
I'd go over. I could see him having a really good year.
What would make him get more points this year, you think?
Probably more ice time.
Yeah,
I
maybe
think he's in a
top 6
position
role.
now with his place in the team. He's going to be relied on more than
Yeah.
he has been the last couple of years.
William, do you agree with your father?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right, Quinn Hughes.
He's only half paying attention. He's watching the TV behind the phone.
He's watching all the highlights, right?
Yeah, pay attention.
So Quinn Hughes had some injuries last year. Didn't quite play the whole season. He only played about 65, 67 games, I think, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I've kind of been saying I think Quinn Hughes is the kind of defenseman who could hit 100 points. So, William, do you think that Quinn Hughes can score 20 goals and 80 assists this season?
Yeah, he's good enough to do that. Maybe even more. If the Canucks have a good season and everyone's scoring goals, he can be 100+ point season. Yeah.
So that would probably put him in the Norris conversation. Do you think if he has a season like that, do you think that puts him into the MVP situation?
Yeah, I'd say so. But if we have a good playoff run, then yeah, we see everyone needs to have a good bounce back season for that.
Well, it went about as bad as it could possibly go last year. So we're hoping, I'm going to knock on wood again and say, I think he'll probably hit 100 points this year. That would be great. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as he's healthy, he's getting 100 points.
Tyler Myers.
And
go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Let's get to Tyler Myers.
Yeah, Tyler Myers, the oldest man on the whole team, turns 36 in February, I think it is. Usually scores about 20 points, but with the way the defense has been playing and activating, Ryan, do you think Tyler Myers can score more than 20 points this year?
I think he'll be around that.
Staying with the old standard.
It's hard to say because it's only been preseason, but you're right. The defense is activating a lot more all around the lineup. So, yeah, I mean, he could go over. I think that's a bold prediction, I think, coming from Tyler Myers.
William, what do you think? Does Tyler Myers break through and create some more chaos as the draft?
I reckon he's going to stay on his 20-point seasons.
Yeah. So before I let you guys go, there's obviously a lot of battles going on in this Canucks roster through the preseason. You got a bunch of guys fighting for spots. You got Coots, you got Lekermacki, Carlson, Baines. Those are kind of the 4 bubble guys. Even Ratu's kind of in that. There's probably about 3 spots available with the Hoglander injury. So Ryan, out of those 5 players, which of the 3 do you think are actually going to make it onto this team?
I would like to see Lekermacki, Ratu, and Carlson.
So Coots back to junior?
Yeah. I don't think it's worth the risk. He's only 18. If he makes the team, we keep him up. He has to be on the team all year, regardless of how his season goes.
Well, they could technically give him a preview, right? They could keep him up because you can play up to 9 games without burning a year of your contract. So do you think maybe they give him that little bit of time with a couple injuries going around the team right now?
But even if they do that, doesn't he have to clear waivers when they send him down?
No.
He doesn't have to clear waivers?
No.
Yeah, then a little cheeky sneak preview would probably be all right. That was my concern. I thought he had to clear waivers if they dropped him from the boot squad.
No, he's all good. As long as you're under a certain.
Is that only if he plays more than 9 games?
It is based on his age and total games played. So because he's younger and hasn't played that, he won't have played enough games. Then he will be able to go down without having to clear any kind of waivers.
Gotcha. Yeah, cool.
So who are you taking out then?
Look, I think he's earned it.
Yeah,
he's definitely earned it. Look.
So Lekermacki, Coots, and Ratu?
Yeah. I'd say so, yeah.
William?
Ratu's he's a good depth center.
Yeah.
He's pretty well rounded.
Well, and you've even seen Ratu playing a little bit on the wing too, which has been interesting because he is pretty much the slowest player on the team. So I think even that pair of Ratu and Heedle together could be dynamite.
We're in a pretty good spot with our depth forwards. We've got a lot of good young guys to choose from, which is a situation we haven't been in a long time. So
William, do you think
there's
Coots needs some more marinating down in junior, or do you think he's ready to step into his NHL career? Because how old are you? You're William, you're what, 14 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a guy who's only 4 years older than you, do you think he makes the team and sticks with it?
I reckon he'll do better down in the AHL on the top lines, getting more minutes there. Because if he's in the NHL, he'll be down in the third and fourth line. He'll get beat up too much. He's a small guy. He's not very physical, but he's good. He just needs a few more years to get into that groove.
Needs to get a little thicker.
Yeah.
So you're saying he doesn't make the team. So who, out of those 5 guys, I guess there's 4 guys left for you then. Ratu, Baines, Carlson, and Leckermacki. Out of those 4 guys, who do you think are making it?
I reckon I'd say the same as my dad.
Yeah.
Leckermacki, Ratu, and Carlson.
Yeah.
I'm not high on Baines. I know he's got great work ethic and he does produce, but he looks lost a lot of the time when he's playing with the big club.
I feel like with Baines a lot of the time, it looks like he's trying really hard, but it's one of those things where it's like you're trying hard, but you're not getting anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Working hard without proper direction.
Yeah. Working harder, not smarter.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I think Leckermacki is definitely a lock-in. We need that finishing. His shot's unreal.
William, is there anything you want to say to chat before I let you guys go?
Have a good day.
Brian, any last words for chat?
Keep it real, people. Go Canucks.
Awesome, boys. Thanks for joining the show today. Everyone was very excited to see you. They love Ryan. They want you to take over the stream, but they were actually super stoked to see William today. So it's nice to have you guys on.
Double whammy, double feature.
Yeah.
Not good stuff.
Awesome, boys.
Enjoy the game, everyone.
Yeah, we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah.
See ya.
Live from down under, the boys. You'll love to see it. My younger brother and his son, William, watching live from Australia. You'll love to see it. Very cool to have someone watching from the future because it is already Saturday where they are. It's weird, right? The third period is about to get underway here. Vancouver versus Edmonton. Vancouver down 2-1 on a late goal from the Edmonton Oilers. You don't like to see that. Shots are now 16-16. So the Canucks did outshoot the Oilers in the first period, but then the Oilers outshot the Canucks in the second period. Canucks only managing 6 shots there, so 16-16. Face-offs, the Oilers are doing a little better than the Canucks. 57%, 38% for the Canucks. The Oilers are 50% on the power play. They've got 1 for 2. Penalty minutes wise, the Canucks have taken 2. Hits, the Canucks are leading a little bit. 16 hits to 13 hits. Block shots, 6 for the Oilers, 4 for the Canucks. And the Canucks have given away the puck 13 times. So they're going to have to clean that up too. But the puck has been dropped. So back to the bar. Let's get this updated so you guys know that it's the third period of play. Puck dribbles in on Demko and he scoops it up with a glove. They're showing the DPD hit again. I wonder if he has been hurt or might have gotten pulled off. Yeah, it looks like he's getting pulled by the concussion spotter. So we'll see if he makes his way back into this game. We'll have to keep our eye out on the defensive pairs. Puck to the front of the net. All of a sudden, Demko in full splits. We'll see how he recovers from that. The Canucks put it down the ice. Picard plays it off the glass and down into neutral zone. Mangiapane plays it across there for Nurse. Nurse with a shot on Demko. Demko makes no mistake gloving that one. Demko gets up easily after going full splits. What a wild sequence there. Mangiapane couldn't finish it. And Marcus Pettersson on a fire sale in front. lost his man for a minute. Demko was sprawled out, full splits, but they couldn't get the puck on net. But Demko getting right back up. No worse for wear for the moment. Elias Pettersson loses the draw. Shot goes wide. Hughes in the corner. Flipped up the boards for Besser. Besser flips it past the blue line out. DeBrusk first onto the puck. Beating. Oh, and he gets a shot on net. Fighting for the puck with Bouchard. What an effort from Jakey, the snaky DeBrusk. You love to see it. Good work, DeBrusk, getting to the net there. Michael Chow in the chat. Vegemite is great. You probably didn't do it right. Vegemite is not great. How long has Ryan been down there? He's already picked up the accent. He's been down there for 15 years. So it has been 15 years. Everyone down there thinks he's Irish. Quinn Hughes can't come up with the puck at the blue line. The Oilers come out. McDavid across. Shot from Ekholm. Fans on it. Goes wide. Hronek plays it behind the net. Comes off of a skate to Hughes. Hughes gives the puck away to Draisaitl. Gives it over for Bouchard. Down for McDavid. One-timer from a tight angle. Demko makes a save. Puck comes to the sideboards. Bouchard flipping it down low into the corner near side. Hronek picks it up there. He puts it up the boards. Bouchard pinches down. Good work by Hughes to come up with it. He leaves it for Petey. Petey plays it back for Hronek. Hronek will backtrack into his own zone and the Canucks will change. Hughes now moves up over the blue line. Looks to the middle. Goes in behind the net. Plays it out front. Pickard reads it well and blocks that pass. Oilers bring it out. Skating in. 2-on-2. Garland back. Checking. Vlander's there. So Vlander and Hughes out there together now. Hughes hasn't been able to change. So we'll see if DPD comes back on the ice. Hughes pinning the boards. Rugby game there. Heedle's now there. One of the Oilers players desperately digging. Puck gets squirt free. Comes back into Hughes' skates. Oilers work it out. Back to the blue line. Amberson passes down to the far side. Shot on net. Demko makes a save. Covers it up for whistle. Faceoff will be to his right-hand side in the Canucks zone. Eddie F. DeBrusk does seem faster. Eddie F. Eddie F. agrees with me. Welcome back, Eddie F. Nice to see you, brother. Not his Popliteus. Was that Joe Mama? Vegemite sandwiches all around. Got too many stars. I think we just lose to the Oilers. Got too many stars. Go, Canucks, go. Go, Canucks, go. Go, Canucks, go. Okay, so DPD is still in the game. That's good to see. He is back on the ice with his partner, Vlander. Good to see. Oilers bringing it through center. Darnell Nurse with a move to the slot. Demko doesn't like what he sees, so he'll cover it up with another face-off to his blocker side. On the far side, face-off dot. DPD on the ice. Good to see. If you haven't seen it yet, Jonathan Lekermacki from Coots in the first period, Kasperi Kapanen from Tomasek, and Leon Draisaitl from Evan Bouchard and Connor McDavid on the power play in the second period. So 1 goal for the Canucks in the first, 2 goals for the Oilers in the second. Back to the bar. Coots cannot play in the AHL. That is correct. OHL, not AHL, for sure. I think Rush should do that for next stream. Have him upside down, laugh aloud. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Coming in from the other side of the world. Sorry, they're upside down. Oilers steal the puck. Get a shot from the slot. Blocked. DPD plays it up into the faceoff dot. That gets intercepted. Oilers with a shot to the front of that. That one gets blocked. Goes to the corner. DPD off the glass and out. Good work from Sherwood to get to the puck so it's not icing. Hits Nurse. Nurse's stick breaks. Drew O'Connor. And then Sherwood gets taken down by Nurse. Drew O'Connor in behind the net. Nurse still doesn't have a puck. Drew O'Connor comes out, takes a shot, saved by Pickard. Plays it in the middle for Sherwood. Sherwood puts it back for Myers. Myers back to O'Connor. O'Connor gets it in the slot. Shot from Sherwood gets blocked. Myers takes a shot towards the net. That one also gets blocked. Out to center. Picked up by Marcus Pettersson. Got Sherwood still covering for Tyler Myers. Marcus Pettersson throws the puck in hard around the boards. Dobby's barking like an idiot for some reason. Tyler Myers goes up, keeps it in. Lecker passes over for Kane. Kane can't handle that pass. Kane looking a little bit rusty tonight, too. Maybe he needs more than 2 games in the preseason. Lecker rings around, hard around the boards, back to Myers on the blue line, who plays it back down for Lecker behind the net. Lecker with a little bit of speed, plays it back for Marcus Pettersson. Shot goes off the side of the net. Coots picks it up behind the net. He plays it back to Myers on the blue line. Myers plays it across for Marcus Pettersson. Into the middle for Coots. Coots skates over to the near side boards. Switches with Kane. Kane skates up the near side boards. Plays it across the blue line. Tyler Myers bobbles the puck. Comes out to center. Plays it up to the middle. Gets checked by Podkolzin. Podkolzin gets the puck back. Plays it down into the Canucks zone. Marcus Pettersson picks it up there. Slowly out of his own zone. Plays it over for Pettersson. Pettersson flips it gingerly into the near side corner. Ekholm first onto the puck. Plays it up the boards. That one gets over Mangiapane. Draisaitl being watched by Hronek. Hughes watching McDavid. Mangiapane getting checked by Petey. Can't get the shot off. Pass back to the blue line. Bouchard intercepts it. Puts it down for Mangiapane. Back for Bouchard. Off the crossbar. On a one-timer off the crossbar. Demko better rub his crossbar after that. Bouchard picks it up. Across the slot. DeBrusk intercepts it. Starts moving out. DeBrusk with some speed past Draisaitl. And he gets checked at the last second. Throws it in front. That gets intercepted by Ekholm. And it looks like they're going to make a call. DeBrusk getting hooked by Draisaitl, who is covering on the defense. And DeBrusk is faster. I believe in DeBrusk's speed. Good stick by Petey to block the pass across to Mangiapane. Good defensive play. Pass or shot off the crossbar, and then Draisaitl covering, and DeBrusk comes in. And are they calling a penalty or what are they? What's happening? O'Connor. Interesting. So Ekholm getting a penalty for holding, but I don't think they've really shown a good holding. I don't know what the holding was. Man, I do not like that AC is that high. I use them lower towards the ground. Canucks going to their second power play of the game. Got the second unit out to start, actually. Hedel, Garland, Hronek, and Hughes with Lecker. In behind the net, picked up by Garland. The Oilers player loses his stick for a minute. Puck to the point for Hronek. Plays down the boards. Over for Garland. Garland on the red line. Plays it back to Hronek. Back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes and Hronek playing pass on the blue line. Into the faceoff circle. And a blast from Hronek from the top of the faceoff circle. Gets saved by Pickard. And the Oilers pick up the rebound and put it down the ice. 1:25 left to go in the power play. Connor Garland brings it in. Playing with Nurse into the middle. And a shot from Lecker. And Lecker scores on another one-timer. Ovechkin spot? No, it ain't Ovechkin spot. That's Lecker spot. He blasts it past Pickard. And the Vancouver Canucks have tied the game on the power play. And now 1 for 2 with the man advantage. Hashtag you love to see it. Look at this hair. This hair is getting crazy. Good work. My goodness, what a shot, too. Did that go off Pickard? Oh, yeah, off Pickard and into the net. Pickard sliding across, puck off his shoulder, into the net. Bam! Vancouver Canucks tie the game. And the General's like, you know what? I want to donate a gifted membership as a result of that. Why are you not showing, bro? That's what's going on. There we go. The General donating a gifted membership. The gifted membership is going out to Raph. Congratulations, Raph. Thank you, the General, for the gifted membership. And then Eric Hunter's like, Lecker for the Hattie. And Eric Hunter with a $10 dono. My goodness. Thank you very much for the $10 dono there, Mr. Eric Hunter, you legend. Oh my goodness. $10 dono. Thank you very much, Eric Hunter. And Lecker makes the team, right? You like to see that from Foot, eh? Because I don't know if Talkett would have done that. Damn, another Mackey bomb. How long until we get some Mackie sushi in Vancouver? And then Eric Hunter, who has already donated $10 from that goal, then decides it's time to also donate 5 gifted memberships. So Brian, the Pro Roblox Gamer, there it is, Pro Roblox Gamer getting it. Sheldon, Nicholas Childs, and Vancouver Canucks 2011. Is Vancouver Canucks 2011 getting a free gifted membership? Hashtag, you'll love to see it. Eric Hunter, thank you very much for your generosity. That is very nice of you to donate 5 gifted memberships after already donating 10. Look at this. Can you see this? He's already got 5 there. He's got 10 there. What an absolute beauty. Thank you very much, Eric Hunter. And congratulations to Pro Roblox Gamer, Brian, Sheldon, Nicholas, and Vancouver Canucks 2011. Thank you very much, Eric. I appreciate you very much. Yeah, hashtag rip Wayne Mackey for sure. The greatest number 11 in Vancouver Canucks history. And then Pink is just like, screw it, getting a Lecker Mackey jersey. And then Sensei's like, Dummy Magic. You know what? It is Lecker Mackey greater than Wayne Mackey? Nah. They'll call it even. And then Eric Hunter's just like, go, go. And the general's like, go, go. Roblox is confirmed under the age of 50. Laugh out loud, JK. I'm back. Are we winning it? It's a tie game now, Gary Wiseman. Just in time for you to show up. And Zach is like, Dobby. Oilers bringing into the zone. On the next stoppage in play, I'm going to go get Dobby. Shot to the front of the net, goes right through the crease, up the near boards. Bouchard plays it back to the blue line. Frederick takes a shot. That one gets blocked by Petey. Goes down for a minute, gets back up, favoring his ankle a little bit. But he gets back into the play. Back to the blue line for Bouchard. Bouchard with a spin move in the faceoff dot. Pass Besser. Back to McDavid on the blue line. That pass gets intercepted by Tyler Myers. He's like, hell no, McDavid. Canucks play it up to the Oilers blue line. Picked up by Besser. Good hand-eye coordination by DeBrus to bat that one out. Skates into the near side corner. Plays it behind the net. The Oilers pick it up. Ekholm plays it out to center ice. Over for McDavid right at the faceoff dot. Center ice. Oilers backtrack in their own zone. Bluger's line odd onto the ice. 12:39 left to go in the third period. I haven't given you a countdown because it's been crazy. I'll give you guys a countdown right now. 12:30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. And there is a rugby game happening in the near side corner. Puck squirts out. One of the Oiler players just got high stick. Hughes picks it up. High slot shot. What a save by Pickard. Picked up on the rebound. Quinn Hughes again. Top of the faceoff dot. Near side. Skates to the middle. Stops. Breaks some ankles. Passes down low for Vilander. Vilander fans on a one-timer. O'Connor plays it out front for Sherwood. Sherwood can't handle the pass, but picks it up. The Oilers chip it pass. Savoy all alone on Demko, and Demko makes the save. Man, Hughes is out of gas. Couldn't get back, and some good speed from Savoy off of a mishandled puck by Sherwood. Quinn Hughes skates out from in front of Demko, but goes back behind him. Canucks change it up. The Coots line comes out. Pass up to Kane, can't handle it. Pass back into the Canucks zone. The Oilers pick it up there. Howard spins in the corner, plays it in the middle. Bouncing puck in the middle. Demko out of position, but good work by Hughes. Hughes still on the ice. Exhausted probably. The Canucks flip the puck, rolling it all the way down the ice. Not going to be enough for icing because Nurse did not try to get to that puck. And it rolled Troy Stetcher from Richmond over his own blue line. Pass across for Nurse. Nurse gets to the red line, dumps it in. Demko can't stop it behind his net. DP throws a hit. Tomasek loses it into the middle for Lecker-Mackey. Lecker-Mackey skates over the red line. He chips it in. Kane skates onto it. Can't come up with it. Bouchard plays it behind his own net for Ekholm. Ekholm starts skating out over the blue line. Turns back. Plays it back for Bouchard. Near side. Bouchard taking a minute as the Oilers change. Canucks change as well. It is that time of the night, too. Demko makes a save. Marcus Pettersson rips it around the boards. Up for Baines. Baines has the puck skip over him. Good work there by the Canucks to forecheck. Hedel, good speed there. O'Connor's there as well. Oh, no, that's Baines. Baines can't come over it. It's got to be careful not to get a hooking penalty. Oilers break in. Marcus Pettersson flips behind his own net. Come over here, Dubby. Oh, yes. So now you guys get Dobby eating lunch and play-by-play at the same time. Canucks break in. Garland puts it in the middle. Canucks come up with it. Baines with a shot. That might have gone off a crossbar. Puck comes out. Oilers bringing it into the zone. Mangiapane loses it into the corner. Hughes is there. Garland comes in, throws a hit, falls down. Oilers come up with the puck. Garland battles to get it back. Plays it up the boards for DeBrusk. DeBrusk takes it. Turns back in his own zone. Loses the puck for a minute, but it looks like there is now going to be a penalty on the Oilers. Interference or something. Yes, this is Dobby the Doge. Good luck, eh? Because he shows up and then the Oilers get a penalty. Oh, yes, Dobby. Look at him chomp away. Get the ASMR too of his crunch, crunch, crunch. Ah, what a good boy. Oh, yes, sorry. There you go. Let me help you get that. Oh, yes. Did you get it all? You want to lick the bowl a little bit? Oh, yes. What a sweet, nice, good boy, huh? For anyone who hasn't met him yet, this is Dobby the Doge. He is my mini Aussie Shepherd, and he is a bit of a troublemaker. And now he's going to go scrounge around and try and eat everything he can off the floor around the house because he's a little son of a bitch. I mean, he's a cute swear jar. Oh, he just burped. He just burped, everyone. That means he's thanking us for his meal, right, Dobby? Right, my nice boy? Dobby? Dobby, can I have a kiss? What the heck? Give me a kiss. Okay. Oh, yes. Thank you very much, my boy. Oh, okay. Okay, everyone, say bye to Dobby.
Oh, good boy.
Thank you, boo. Sarah C. He's so cute. I know. He gets away with everything. Dobby, 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 says Thomas. Sensei Dean Y. Dobby, Dobby, Dobby. Big Mac, 133, Dobby, Dobby, Dobby. The General, Dobby, 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 Dobby. Big Hog Hockey, Dobby, Dobby, Dobby. Jaws, Dobby, Dobby, Dobby. Swervin, me, different Alfred, Dobby, 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 Magic. And then Sensei Dean Y is like, Lacker Mackie hat trick, question mark, question mark, question mark. Calvin 99 Charlie is like, Dobby, Dobby, Dobby. Japan forward, Dana Mers and Elfrin. Vancouver PP. Hachiko, Dobby, 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 Dobby. Yeah, Mangiapane for roughing. In the box. So now we got the first power play unit starting this time because they weren't on the ice. Ehrhoff was low-key a burner. He sure was. Sarah C. Oh, Dilly Bar plays in the chat. Welcome back, buddy. Nice to see you. Michael Chow in the chat too. Always good. Vilander carrying on the tradition of slow Canucks defenseman wearing 5. Yeah. Canucks win the draw. Pettersson gets his helmet pulled off by Draisaitl. That should be a penalty. They are going to call it. So Draisaitl getting a penalty for delay of game or interference or whatever it is, but Draisaitl just ripped Pettersson's helmet off. And so now Draisaitl, the idiot, will be going to the box. Das ist nicht gut. Du bist ein Schwein und du hast einen Zeitkapsel. Do you understand that, Draisaitl? Schweinhund. Yeah, what an idiot. Oh, yeah. Whoops. I ripped his helmet off. And then Muhammad shows up. What's up, Muhammad? Nice to see you. Go, Canucks, go. Go, Canucks, go. Go, Canucks, go. Thank you very much for the $5 dono, brother. I appreciate that, Muhammad. Just showing up here and he's like, have some money. Nice to see you, Muhammad. And then Zach McNally's like, Crystal. So the Canucks go to a 5-on-3. Dustin is right. Let's go. Calvin and I. Oh, wait. Y'all said it already. 5-on-3. Woo! Lecker Hattie? I hope so. Swerve and Irvin says, hi, Crystal. She says, hello. All right, so Pettersson at the faceoff against Nugent Hopkins. Pettersson steps through and wins the draw back. Actually, a good play by Petey. Hughes at the blue line. Plays over for Pettersson. Pettersson down low. Behind the net. Canucks are now playing pass behind the net, which is interesting. New structure. Haven't seen that. Back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes, high slot. Plays it over for Petey. Petey back to Hughes. Shot off of a stick. And then the looks like Kane got his stick into the feet of an Oiler player and took him down. So Kane is like, I don't like this 5-on-3. I want it to be a 4-on-3. So Kane takes the Canucks off the 5-on-3 and puts it on a 4-on-3. Kane. Stupid penalty by Kane. Ugh. Joel Carlson, what happened to the actual video plays of the game? Did YouTube shut that down? They did. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, Joel, all of those streams that are showing the game will get banned. So I don't know if any have been doing it for this game, but I know there was a whole bunch. But so Joel, for the preseason games that weren't on Sportsnet, I was able to show those games. And it looks like, have the Oilers taken a, or no, it looks like the Canucks have taken a timeout. Looks like they want to dry something up. So the Canucks taking a timeout, probably to rest their top power play unit, but it looks like Leckermacky might be one of the guys out here for this power play to start, but we'll wait and see. So yeah, Joel, I was able to show the preseason games that weren't on Sportsnet, but the moment it's on Sportsnet, then it gets copyrighted. The general's like Lecker Gordy. Maybe Lecker can get an assist and a fight, but he's got 2 goals. He doesn't have any assists yet. So he's only got 1/3 of a Gordie Howe hat trick. And then Chico's like, the Sharks are currently up 3-0 against Poopy Knights. Cool. I love to see that. Stupid Poopy Knights. Bro head big enough. He shouldn't be knocked out. Laugh out loud. So the faceoff comes all the way back into the Canucks zone. Oilers win it back and then shoot it in behind the Demko's net. Hughes picks it up there. They'll start out. 4-on-3 now for 1:11. Pass across for Petey. Good pass. He skates down in the near side corner, rings around the boards, comes back to DeBrusk. DeBrusk plays it over for Hughes. The Hughes cannot get that pass as it was over him. He stops at middle. Good movement there by Hughes as usual. Skates down the board, spins, puts it back to the blue line for Besser. Besser over for Hughes. Hughes, high slot, over for Petey. Petey in the faceoff dot. Puts it over for Hughes. Hughes puts it over for Besser. Besser with a one-timer. Rebound. Also gets stopped by Pickard. Puck ends up all the way down the ice for Demko, who plays it out for Hughes. The Oilers will change up their penalty killers. Pettersson gets a pass. Plays it all the way across the zone for Besser. Besser skates down. Pat puts it into the near far side corner for Pettersson. Hughes plays it over for Pettersson. Far side. Back to Hughes. Skates down in the near side faceoff dot. Loses the puck on an attempted pass, but picks it back up. Sits on the near side boards, passes down for Besser. Hughes over for Petey. Petey looking for a shot, takes a shot, goes high off the boards and all the way back to the blue line where Hughes picks it up. Over for Besser. Besser with a one-timer. That one comes off the boards. The Oilers player's now out of the box, so it's now 4-on-4 for 5 seconds, and then the Oilers will have a short power play as well. So Mangiapane drops the pass. Nugent Hopkins plays it back over Mangiapane. 25 seconds power play now for the Oilers. Hughes has it though at center. He'll play it back in his own zone for Hronek. Hronek slaps it around the boards. That one gets out to the blue line, picked up there by Garland. Garland now flips that one down low, and 10 seconds left to go in the power play for the Oilers. The Canucks will have them starting from their own zone. Marner shitting the bed, Chico, question mark? Timeouts, another thing Tocchet refused to use. Yep. All right, the Oilers power play is over now. They are 1 for 3. The Canucks are 1 for 4. Then Garland picks up the puck in the neutral zone. He'll flip it into the near side corner. Pickard plays it around the boards. Bouchard plays it up the boards. Draisaitl drops it. McDavid tries to pass over. Intercepted with a good hand-eye, blocking that pass out of the air by Leckermacky. Puck squirts into the front of the net, and Demko is not having anything of it. And Draisaitl was in the area, so Demko just scoops up the puck and gets the whistle. When is he not, Big Hog? For real. Calvin 99 Charlie, he wasn't during the Four Nations amazingly. Need Lek on that side. Yep. Dijon Mustard, you're right. Lekermacki looking good in that corner. We're going to have to start talking about the Lekermacki spot instead of the Ovechkin spot. Dijon Mustard, yeah, really, why wouldn't you ride the hot hand? Joel Carlson, nice. I have Sportsnet. See you later. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's on all the Sportsnet right now, my dude. Enjoy the game, Joel. Sarah C. Joel is Kevin BXO wearing his suit on Sportsnet. I don't know if he's on the broadcast tonight because it's not Hockey Night in Canada. Just because it's a Friday night, I don't think I've seen BXs so far tonight. Jake, get a tipper. My case just saved my life on saved my iPad's life. That's good. It's good that you have a case there, man. Sherwood picks it up on the boards, plays it up to the blue line, kept in there for a minute. The Oilers managed to work it back down behind the net. DPD picks it up on a pass from Hronek. DPD plays it out to center. Bluger tips it in. Drew O'Connor moves in on the forecheck. Pickard comes out and plays it to the side. Oilers start skating out. Picked off by Coots into the Canucks zone. Hughes spins. Hughes up for Coots. Coots tips it down into the Oilers zone. Pickard stops behind the net. Coots gets in Pickard's way. The Oilers playing it into the middle of their own zone, out to center. Gets tipped into the Canucks zone. Phillip plays it out front. Good stick there by Coots to come back and stop Henrique. Shot to the front of the net, deflected away by Demko. Lekermacki battling with Stetcher in the corner. Stetcher fighting down low. Vierlander's there now too. Canucks work it over to the far side boards. Canes picks it up there. Kane skates through center, chips it into the zone. He'll keep on moving it on the forecheck. Lekermacki going to the front of the net. Kane tries to get it to him, but there's a few Oilers there to block it. Oilers put it off the glass and out to center, picked up by Myers. Myers plays it over Pettersson. He skates in to the near side, tips it in. Hedel now onto the ice, gets pickpocketed behind the net, and the Oilers pick it up and start putting it to the middle where it gets intercepted for a second by Hedel, but then they swarm him and get it back. The Oilers now change while the Canucks play pass on their own blue line. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the third period of play here. 2-2 tie. Canucks in front. Garland with a backhander that goes just wide of the net. Back to the blue line. Marcus Pettersson plays it across for Myers. Myers puts it down low for Garland. Garland shot to the front of the net. Easily saved by Pickard. Garland tries to play it to the middle. Ends up getting deflected away by an Edmonton stick. And Marcus Pettersson picks it up his own zone. Passes over to the far side for Myers. Myers plays it off of a stick to Garland. Might have come in offside, but the Oilers pick it up there. Now McDavid has the puck kicked away by Myers. Garland plays it up into the Oilers zone. Baines can't get to it on an errant pass from Garland. Draisaitl skates in, stops up. Pettersson falls trying to get the puck. Draisaitl plays it back to the blue line. And Emberson takes a shot. Demko makes a save. Whew! Whew! 3:24 left to go in the third period of play. 71 in chat. Hit that like button. Check, check, check. Thumbs up. Thank you, Calvin99 Charlie. I appreciate you. His hockey sense make up for his lack of size. Always knows where to be. And then he back checks to clear the pass. Kid is smart away from the puck. Butterfingers, KJ. Best plank so far. Jazz, I don't use a case on my iPad. I only use a screen protector. Rhymes with Jomama. Coots is directing traffic on that play. The kid is different. Crazy, right? Yes. Who scored? Lack. Go, 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 go. Big weenie Eminem Dusty. Laugh out loud. I think that was the definition of unnecessary penalty. Yep. If only we could have 5-on-2. Yeah. Quickly. Kane, put on your Oilers jersey. Maybe they'll think it's on the Oilers. Milk. Weenie. Oktoberfest is Dijon Mustard. It is October now. The General. Go Canucks glow. Go Canucks glow. Go Canucks glow. Get your goal emojis in because it's about to get rowdy in Van. And then Mike Torrance says, Yukon says Lecky 2 times, and you're right. Dijon, it's Brocktober. Thank you. Laugh out loud. It is Brocktober. Penalty Van, yeah. Wow, Petey didn't fall with Big Dry trying to rip his head off. And then KJ reacting to the Kane penalty. Oh, for fuck's sakes, Kaner. Swear jar. Should have stayed on the Oilers. It's like JT never left. Ha ha, says another timeout. What the heck? F this, says Jazz. Foot using his timeouts. You love to see it. Hashtag you love to see it. Major, that's what I'm saying, laugh out loud. I've never seen so many timeouts, laugh out loud. And then the general's like, at Calvin99 Charlie. He sure does look like a rookie out there. Mm-hmm. What a move by Garland. An accidental move, but we'll take it, right? Hot takes. Coots is NHL ready. Canucks win the faceoff. Actually broke the stick of Bluger, but the Canucks work it out to center. Now, Sherwood does well to pick it up. Bluger getting the new stick, gets in on the play, puts it up behind the net, pinching down for the point. Into the front, back to the blue line for Hughes. Hughes now walks the blue line, passes across for Hronek. Hronek with a shot from the point. Picker makes a save, has no idea where it is. Puck ends up behind the net. Drew O'Connor's there, so is Sherwood. Double teaming Kulak. Canucks play it back to the blue line for Hronek. Pass off. Hughes can't get it. The Oilers skate out. Mangiapane chips it into the zone. Hughes takes his man down. Mangiapane makes it as dramatic as possible. Off the glass, back to the blue line. Good work by Sherwood to get up to the blue line and poke it out. Oilers pick it up in their own zone. Nurse and Stetcher playing pass between the face-off dots. Heedle line onto the ice. Is that Heedle and Petey out there? Oh, no. Okay. The Petey, DeBrusk, and Besser line out. Petey gets the puck at center. Passes over for DeBrusk, who plays it down into the zone of the Oilers. Besser first in on the forecheck. Can't come up with it. Marcus Pettersson pinching down. Can't come up with it either. Myers back to pick it up. Stops up behind his own net. Hutchie goes like, go, Canucks, go. Go, Canucks, go. Go, Canucks, go. Canucks move in. Pettersson down the far side boards. Cuts to the middle. Shot. What a play by Pettersson to chip it over his stick. Marcus Pettersson chips it down behind the net. Baines spins. Puts it over on the backhand of the player trying to receive that pass. So they're unable to pick it up. Canucks pick it up. Heedle with some speed gets checked just outside the Oilers blue line. And the Oilers will chip it down to the Canucks zone. Picked up there by Hronek. He leaves it for Hughes. Hughes gets immediately checked by Henrique, but manages to get the puck past him. And the Canucks chip it out to center ice. The Oilers pick it up in their own zone with 1:23 left to go in the third period of play. 2-2 tie between the Canucks and the Oilers. Leah Herring in the chat. Go Blue Jays! What's up, Leah Herring? Nice to see you again. How's life? Canucks flip it out to center, picked up by the Oilers. Intercepted there by the Canucks. Heedle plays it back to Hronek. Hronek stops up. Canucks finish a change. Now we got Hronek and Marcus Pettersson out there for the moment. Hronek with a pass all the way down the ice, tipped into the Oilers zone. Bluger throws a hit. 45 seconds left to go in the third period. Stetcher makes a move, gets out, gets hit there, puts the puck all the way down the ice. That's going to be an icing call. And Troy Stetcher takes a hit and dumps the puck all the way down the ice. So that's an icing call. Troy Stetcher, I thought I remember you knowing how to play the game, but apparently you need to learn the rules. Let's get some of the rule books in chat for Mr. Troy from Richmond Stetcher. Yeah, shot from the point, and it goes off of Pickard and ends up just going over the net. So face off. Number one line out. The linesman dropped the puck terribly, but Petey wins it. Myers with a slap shot from the point goes wide. 30 seconds left to go. The Canucks come up with the puck. Back to the blue line. Marcus Pettersson keeps it in for the moment, but ends up getting chipped by, and then the Canucks come in offside. 23 seconds left to go. We'll see if they call it a intentional offside, because if that happens, the puck comes all the way back into the Canucks zone. Tyler Myers touching that puck inside the blue line. Zach getting the rule book in chat. Jazz getting the rule book in chat. Japan 4. Coots will get his 9 games and play the rest of the season in Seattle to be the leader and gain experience as a leader. It's not worth taking a chance on his future development. Fair enough. 15 seconds left to go. Draisaitl brings the puck in. Shot from the blue line gets blocked by Myers going down to make a block. And then Kane trying to get in to get onto the puck, but the Oilers pick it up. McDavid dishes, and they're going to run out of time. Shot to the net, and we'll have Demko glove that, and that means we're going to get some overtime as we have end of regulation here between the Oilers and the Canucks. Shannon getting the rule book out to teach Troy Stetcher. Mohammed's like, OT! And Zach's like, OT! And the Pro Roblox gamer's like, membership, yay! Pro Roblox, now you can use all the custom emojis, my dude. And Sensei Dean Wise like, overtime! And then Pro Roblox gamer's like, OT, OT. And Jazz is like, OT! Rusty, I got a membership! See, I told you, man. Make sure you got gifted memberships on. It's PD Go! It's Go, PD. Neil Foster, OT! Yeah, what a shot from Lecker on both of those goals. Shannon, does the NHL have overtime in preseason? Yes, they do. So we'll get 3-on-3 overtime. Rusty, I got a membership. Yes, says Coach Rob Willie. Boo, OT. Nobody wants OT. What? We love OT. I'd rather be OT than lose this game. Canucks tied it up in the third on a beautiful shot from Lecker. Give you guys a quick little scoring summary before we get Jonathan Lecker from Coots in the first, Kasperi Kapanen from Tomasek in the second, Leon Draisaitl on the power play from Bouchard and McDavid, and then Jonathan Lecker from Quinn Hughes and Connor Garland to tie it up with just over 6 minutes in the third period. So here we are. And Chico's like, go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. They do change ends in overtime. Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. And then Shannon's like, thanks, Coach Rob. Scrawford, that's why Myers is such a beauty. Yeah, preseason, he's still blocking shots. You love to see it, Scrawford, don't ya? Neil Foster, hat trick for Mac. Yeah. Do you put Lecker out to start OT? Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. And then Roblox is like, Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac. And he's like, Dobby, Trevor Linden, goal. Go Canucks, glow. Wave, Rusty and Dusty. Learn the rules, swear jar, Big Mac. Jake Takes Hockey, Crystal. Archer Sheila. So we got Pedersen, Hronek, and DeBrus to start this overtime period. PD wins the faceoff. So Hronek in his own zone. Canucks play it out to center. Pedersen's got to play it out of his feet, but caused him to absolutely have to break. Canucks play it all the way up to the blue line. Jake DeBrusk stops, has to skate back to center. Hughes is onto the ice now. Hughes skating back into his own zone, all the way back behind his net, being watched by McDavid. Pass out of the zone. Petey skates through center, gets over the blue line, skates down the far side boards, stops up in the corner, puts it back to the blue line for Besser. Besser brings it all the way back out to center, which I'm not a big fan of. Hughes stops up, turns, skates downhill now into the zone, over the blue line, dishes for Petey. Oh no, Phil Hedl onto the ice now. Across for Hughes, high slot. Turns, puts it on the backhand. Shot from Besser. Besser misses the net. Goes off the glass and out to center ice. Hughes picks it up there. Canucks bring it down. Garland passes across for Hughes. Hughes spins, dishes for Garland. Garland skating down the middle. Garland stops up in the faceoff dot. Passes across over Hronek. Hronek back to Garland. Garland in front. Scores! Connor Garland taking back the card. And Connor Garland finishes it off. The Vancouver Canucks in overtime win this game against the Oilers after tying it up in the third period. The Vancouver Canucks have finished off the filthy Coilers. And that's a win in the last preseason game. Final OT. Woo! And Dustin Boydell, he's so stoked. He's like, here, have 5 gifted memberships. And let's see, who do these gifted memberships go out to? Brendan88, Benton, Andre, 3 Ways Woodworking, and VTR, all getting a gifted membership courtesy of Dustin Boydell. You beauty, Dustin Boydell in chat. You'll love to see it. And Japan was like, boom, goal. Mohammed's like, Canucks score. And Dijon Mustard's like, Hronek, the OT face-off backup. I know, right? Canucks win, says Swervin Dervin. Coach Rob Willie says, yes. And Jazz is like, go! And rhymes with your mama. Hughes is a freak. Coach Rabboli, go, 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 go. HSM Fangirl Gaming, go, 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 go. Jazz, go, 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 go. Sensei Dean Y, yeah! Muhammad, go! Japan for Garland! And Coach Rabboli's like, go, 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 go. And Hichiko's like, go, 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 go. And Coach Rabboli's like, go, 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 go. And Muhammad's like, Canucks win! And then Shannon's like, no, Shannon's not coughing, I'm coughing. And Shannon's like, go, 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 go. And Zach McNally is like, go, go, go. And then Sensei D1's like, we win. And Calvin and I try like, go, 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 go. And Mom's like, go. And then Calvin says, let's effing go. And then Mike Torrance says, yeah. And then Swerve and me says, Garley calls the game. And then Sensei D1's like, woo. And then Calvin, we got a seasons. We got a seasons in the next game. Ooh. And then Swerve and me's like, go, 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 go. And Neil Foster's like, yes! And then Big Hog's like, go, 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 go. And the Pro Roblox Gamer's like, woo! And then end of regulation, question mark. Ooh, nice. Roblox Gamer, go, 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 go. You guys are so behind. Don't cry, Pickard. My bad. When did they change it in the preseason? Let's go, Vancouver Canucks. It's People's First Yukon. And Era's like, let's go. And Pro Roblox Gaming's like, go, 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 go. And Michael Chow's like, man, no panic in Garland. The Gargoyle scores. And Eddie F is like, Garley, baby. And the General's like, go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. Go Canucks, glow. And then Big Hog's like, gross. And then Pro Roblox is like, woo. And then Sarah C's like, woo. And Sergeant Cower's like, yeah. And then Taylor Betts like, only comment I might write, but yes, F oil. And Neil Foster's like, go, 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 go. And then Shannon's like, thanks for letting me know the Canucks scored as I am almost home, so I didn't see it. But the chat went wild, and Rainbow Boy showing up at just the right moment says, hello. And then Sergeant says, let's freaking go. What's up, Sergeant? Sarah, turn on your gifted if you haven't. And then Pro Roblox Gamer's like, F oil. And then the comeback Canucks are back. Gnarly, Garley. Coilers suck. Era oil has been spilled. Heart. Time to troll Oilers fan. Laugh out loud. Correct. 3-2 win. Wasn't it a 3-1 win? Close enough for my prediction. Laugh out loud. Muhammad says, go, Canucks, go. Go, Canucks, go. And then Eric Hunter's like, go, go, go. Swear jar. Crystal, Artie, Crystal, go. And then Eric Hunter's like, here, have 5 more gifted memberships. And those 5 gifted memberships go out to Ruthless Sharky, Nicole Helen, Mixed Boot, Eagles Nick, and Murray Reed, all the way from New Zealand. Thank you very much, Eric Hunter, for the generous 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate you, my dude. That's amazing. You're way too generous, Eric. We should honestly get a picture of you up here. Oh my gosh. And then the General, not to be outdone as well. He's like, here, have another gifted membership. And that goes out to Dan Lockyer. Dan Lockyer getting a free gifted membership, courtesy of the General. Eric Hunter, General, I appreciate you going to Dobby's College Education Fund. All right. Oh my gosh, people. Vancouver Canucks winning in overtime. Let us get Mr. Dustin Boydell on the line to celebrate. There we go. All right. Dustin Boydell! How's it going, my dude?
What's up? What a comeback. What a goal by Garland in overtime there. But I guess Hronik from Hughes, apparently, according to NHL.com.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah. But the best part about the goal visualizer is it shows all the Canucks pouring off the bench onto the ice.
Yeah, look at this. They literally have it wrong. They have Hronik and Hughes. That's insane. That's so funny.
Yeah. Play the goal visualizer, though. It's really funny.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So Garland down the boards. Passes across for Hronik. Hronik back to Garland, and Garland just steps through everyone. Deeks past the man. Yeah. Oh,
and here come the boys.
Oh, yeah, look at it. Too many men. Too many men. That's so funny.
Too funny.
Yeah, Garland, no choke there, man. Nice pass and finishes off well.
I mean, the Canucks controlled all of overtime. I mean, they didn't give the puck over one time to Edmonton. So that's the goal on 3-on-3, is make it count as quick as you can. And they did. Just really good finish to a last preseason game. I mean, good, solid things. Came out in the third period, drew a couple penalties, made it count. Elias Pettersson had a really strong third period. A huge back check on one play to come seemingly out of nowhere to cut off a pass to a wide open Oiler out front. And then to have enough energy to get back in the play when DeBrusk is driving to the net to draw the penalty that led to Lekkerimäki's second goal of the period. I mean, just all around a really, really strong shift that I wanted to highlight. Great to see DPD come back to this game after taking that big hit and leaving in the second period. That's a sigh of relief. Looks like he'll be fine to go when it comes to the regular season start. And just some really tough decisions coming up for Alvin. I would not want to be Patrick Alvin this weekend.
Well, my first question for you then, because we'll talk about the bubble guys to start. Like, Baines still looked like he was moving but not getting anywhere. So is that a sign where now we're looking at the chance that he gets waived tomorrow?
Yeah, I think he's just one of those guys who just doesn't have the NHL game. He has flashes of it. It's just never been sustained. And he's had the same kind of training camp that he had last year, where you see some really good stuff, but then you just see some extremely mediocre shifts where he's not really helping generate anything. He's chipping the puck up the boards and kind of turning it over, not using his feet. It's tough because I do see flashes of an NHL player there, but it's just he's so far down his development line that I think some of the young guys have really leapfrogged him now at this point. I mean, you felt a bit of lack of energy up the middle because both Sasson and Ratu were not in this game, and their speed really changes things. And I think it would have been a lot less stale of a start to this game had we had both their speed in this game as well. So it'll be really interesting to see what Alvin does, given that some of these guys aren't waiver protected and are going to have to go through waivers. Mm-hmm. Which ones does he think will sneak through? Maybe instead of having to put them on waivers, that you could possibly create some sort of trade here to, help another team out that might have a bubble player that's got to go on waivers, because I think you get excused that if you pick someone up via trade. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, rosters have to be submitted by Monday at 3 Eastern, so noon Pacific, I believe.
So the one thing I did hear the other day, because I know they're changing the rules, because I know last year everyone remembers the paper transactions that they would have. They'd send people down to Abbotsford, send them down, but they're not actually sending them down. They would just paper them down and then paper them back up. So they're not allowed to do that anymore. But I did hear that rule doesn't kick in until the beginning of this regular season. So I wouldn't be surprised to see all the guys who are waiver exempt to get papered down this week before the opening day, because that will give the Canucks maybe a couple more days to make those decisions. So don't freak out if you see Lekkerimäki and these other guys getting papered down, because that'll probably be one of the last times they're going to be able to actually do that. So that is the one caveat. So you might see a bunch of these guys go down, but that's just the Canucks buying a little extra time before they actually have to make a decision.
Yeah. And I mean, a pretty easy decision coming up here, I think, is Wielander's got to go down to the minors.
Yeah.
Sorry,
just before you talk about Wielander, we had Dave Hall on the show the other day, and he described Baines the perfect way, I think. He's got NHL hustle and AHL skill.
Exactly. And that's where you see flashes against certain lines where he can have really good shifts and score goals. But lots of AHLers can do that in preseason and also can randomly do that given, injury call-ups or shots here or there in the NHL. But we kind of talked about it last year. I just felt like Baines has kind of missed his chance, and this was really his last shot, and I don't think he did enough to prove that he belongs in the NHL, especially with the growth we've seen with Lecker and a couple of these other young guys that are kind of pushing their way above him in the depth chart. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him either getting touted as a trade prospect or definitely hitting the waiver wire. And yeah,
But Vilander going down to the A for sure, right?
Yeah, I mean the kid you saw it tonight. A couple of plays where he just kind of panicked with the puck, even in the corner. He's not taking a moment to find his defensive partner. He's not using his feet to skate out of trouble. When I say to use his feet, I'm not saying he needs to rush the puck up the ice or he needs to, go end to end and score a bunch of goals. I'm just saying that at the NHL level, he needs to take a moment to process what's happening around him, and he hasn't gotten up to that speed yet. Everything was said that this kid is NHL ready. He's coming out of the NCAA like the same as Quinn Hughes did and is going to be, up to speed, no problem. And you just see he's not the same as Quinn Hughes was when Quinn came here. And he is just a little bit behind the play. And he took that holding penalty, which could have cost them the game because it led to, the second goal on the power play. And even the first goal, it was also him and DPD out there. And after the second goal, I think those two got split up. And DPD was playing with Myers and MP29 was playing with Vilander. So you can see that they started to lose trust in Vilander as the game went on. That definitely wasn't a product of losing trust in DPD.
Mm-hmm.
We know what he's done. We know his maturity. We know how important he is to the D core. So I just don't think he did enough to jump over Mancini right now. I know most Canucks fans out there in Canuck Nation know more about Vilander than they have about Mancini, but at this point now, I think we've seen enough from Mancini where he uses his feet to get out of trouble, and he's just that step ahead of Vilander in his development where he's NHL speed ready, and he can play, important minutes and will be an absolutely ready to go serviceable third pairing right-hand shot. So even there was talks of even putting him up on the second pairing with MP29 and playing DP with Myers to limit Myers' minutes a little more. And I'd be perfectly okay with that as our six on opening night. You have Hughes, Hronik, you got MP29 and Mancini, and then you got DPD and Myers. That's kind of tell me another team that has 6 D-men on opening day that look that solid from 1 to number 6.
No, nobody. So I want to point out a number here because we talked a little bit about this too. Quinn Hughes' ice time tonight was crazy. He played 27:53, which is honestly too high. And I get it. It was an overtime game and all that. Do you think that's more the result of what we talked about is a little bit of lack of trust in Vilander? Or is that something that you think the Canucks are going to be doing moving forward here with Quinn Hughes almost playing 28 minutes tonight?
I think it's a little bit of the product of the game. I think against certain teams, you will see Hughes obviously play more minutes. This game, couple of power plays in the third period, the 5-on-3, and then also with overtime. I mean, all those minutes are Hughes minutes, right? So you're going to see him out there on a 4-on-3 power play as well, right? And he kind of has carte blanche to do as he pleases. If he feels like he's got the energy to stay out there, he stays out there. It did almost bite them a couple times tonight. He did get trapped out there for, I think, 2.5 minutes. But you saw he still had the energy to almost generate an offensive chance after those 2.5 minutes trapped out there. So the kid's just built different. His stamina and his training is just above and beyond everyone else. And he's just more ready than anyone on this team. And you can see the preparation and just the will to win and the will to push push the puck down the ice and keep. And yeah, I just there's there's no words to describe how spoiled we are when it comes to Quinn Hughes. It's not just as a Canucks fan; it's as a hockey fan. If I was a fan of an opposing team and I watched as much of Quinn Hughes as I do, I would be drooling over him and be so jealous. Like, I'd be so jealous.
It's kind of funny, and we always talk about how good of an analyst you are so far as in your young career. But we talked obviously about Garland looking maybe a bit rusty to start the game, and then he has got that finish in overtime. So exactly like you said in that first intermission, start rusty, and by the end of it, he's feeling pretty good. So came through for you.
Yeah. I mean, you never can count that guy out. I mean, he's different too. Like, he's got a motor like Quinn where it's just 110%. Anything he can do to get going and help the team. And sure enough, he found his hands by the end of the game. What a rush there, give and go with Roenick. Man, just and he had another chance earlier in the third period as well, where he cut across the middle and showed some of that new speed and confidence to push to the middle and play a little more offense. You can see that they're definitely allowed to take more risks as a team and use their skill to bounce back from those and bail people out, bail each other out if a mistake is made. But I mean, they're learning from the high-powered teams. You watch, like, Edmonton, when they attack, it's 4 men straight across. It's a full-out assault. Florida's the same way, Tampa Bay. And so to see the Canucks morphing more to that modern style of getting that fourth man involved and letting their offensive guys shine. I mean, Lecker-Mackey tonight, I mean, he solidified his spot on this team. I mean, how do you send him down after the 3 goals that he scored in the preseason? I mean, just beautiful one-timers. And not only that, he set up a couple of nice chances with some cross-seam passes to Hedl and to Roenick. He's also playing really well defensively away from the puck. Same with Coots. I mean, Coots, good Lord. A couple of those moments in the third period there where the kid's just in the right spot. It's not just the fact that he's getting assists and getting goals, you know, that are tipping off him from being in the right positions. It's away from the puck. The eye he has for the game immensely makes up for the lack of size that we're worried about right now at his age. To see the maturity that he plays with, I mean, in 2 more years, the kid is, like they said, going to play hockey like an NHL captain. You can see the poise, and I'm really excited to see what happens with his 9-game audition that he's clearly earned. And it's going to make it interesting to see what he does with that. Obviously, I don't see them doing 9 in a row. I think maybe they do, you know, a game or 2 games, maybe 3, depending on how he does. Give him a couple games off, move him back in. But I see him being that floater forward for the first little bit, especially with Höglander's injury. And then when Höglander comes back, that's when I think Coots goes back to junior.
Give him a little taste before you send him back, because I even talking with Dave Hall earlier this week, he was saying, I don't think Coots has a chance of making this Canadian roster for the World Juniors. So he won't obviously get that experience because apparently Team Canada is going to be absolutely stacked this year. But to go down and be the leader on that Seattle Thunderbirds team, be their captain and do everything he can to be the best player on that team, I think that'll be good experience for him.
Absolutely. But I think, like, at the start of the season, I think practicing with the NHL club and learning how to be a pro for that first month or month and a half of the season until Höglander comes back, I really think would be beneficial to this kid's development, because I think obviously you can see he's better than the junior game. with the way he plays and the sense that he has with the puck, with and without the puck. So I'm excited to see where his development ends up in the next couple of months. And yeah, just overly exceeded expectations out of the gate here with that first round pick.
Thatcher Demko played really well tonight. Are you more excited about how well he's playing or the fact that he went full on splits in the net and got up and didn't have any ill effect?
Like I said, I'm obviously excited. How can you not be excited about how well he looks already? How good he looks already.
Mm-hmm.
He made some incredible saves tonight. Last game he was in, he made the diving paddle save. Really, really great stuff. But again, completely overshadowed by the fact that he is quick to get up. He doesn't look like he's favoring anything at all. He's focused on the puck. He's moving quick again. He looks agile, looks great. And so, yeah, I'm far more excited about his health. And hopefully the Canucks are able to manage that and he's able to manage that. And now with Lankinen being the backup, like I really do think a nice 45 or 46-36 split is probably right in the money zone for these two guys. And yeah, I'm really excited to get the regular season going now because we didn't know what to expect out of camp, especially with the new coach. New, but not so new. A lot of these guys familiar with Adam Foote and clearly is running things very differently than Talkett. I sent you a message earlier checking in on the Flyers, and they're obviously having trouble scoring in the preseason. So it just is clear to me that what I was seeing last year wasn't just, a figment of my imagination. It was a coaching issue. And I mean, you can see these guys look refreshed and they look like they've been let off their leashes. And that's what we were kind of begging for a little bit last year, was to kind of let them play the way they need to play and let them shoot the puck. And there was the double clutching constantly you saw it with Petey, you saw it with Besser, you saw it with pretty much everybody except Quinn Hughes was pretty much the only one who was allowed to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that everyone is trying to utilize their best skills to improve the team in the best way possible. And it's really, we're probably going to harp on it lots, but it's going to be winning by committee. And I think the scoring is going to be very split throughout this lineup. And we're going to see a very, very different Canucks team right out of the gate here.
I think the most obvious evidence that the defense have been given the go to do whatever the heck they want is the fact that Derek Forbort has technically scored 2 goals in this preseason. One of them was disallowed. But if Derek Forbort is in front of the net scoring goals and getting 1 disallowed, that's 2. That's more than he scored in the last 5 regular seasons, right? So if a man like that's down low, it's going to be a good season.
Well, and one of them was shorthanded, right? Like if you see a moment to go, you go. And you know that everyone else is watching the right things. You see it constantly. We have yet to see so far, knock on wood, we haven't really seen a D-man jump up in the play and not have a forward backing him up.
Yeah.
And that's huge. I mean, everyone is engaged. Everyone is watching and knowing where they should be to back each other up. And the back check is really great. You see guys flying back, trying to steal the puck and just make life difficult. And I can't wait. I'm excited. I was skeptical of the Foote hiring. I'll admit it. And I'm happy to admit it because we didn't know what we were going to get, but clearly good hirings in the assistant categories, because he did say that he is going to need a lot of help when it comes to the offense. And I think he did a good job finding the right team. And you can see that these guys are creating a really fun culture. And I'm looking forward to seeing how far he can push these guys this year.
Hey, Dustin, let's test your 3 stars ability. It was in Vancouver tonight. Who got the 3 stars of the game between the Canucks and the Oilers in a 3-2 overtime win for the Canucks?
Oh, I think you got to give first star to one Jonathan Lecker-Mackey tonight. He definitely had himself a game, 2 really nice goals, and was involved defensively. And I think second star for me personally, I'd probably give it to Connor Garland because he did get an assist on the Lecker-Mackey goal and the game-winning goal. And then third star, third star is a tough one. Maybe I give it to I don't know. This is a tough one tonight, right? Because it's kind of spread around both. I mean, Demko made some really huge saves, did come out with the victory, but I mean, Picard made 25 saves as well. So, third star I'd probably give to, I guess, Demko.
So you have to Lecker-Mackey, Garland, and Demko.
Yeah, that's who my 3 stars would be.
Close, very close. Ends up being Lecker-Mackey with the 2 goals as the first star. They throw a bone to Leon Draisaitl because I think if I were to say, I'd say Leon Draisaitl is probably the best Oiler out there tonight. And then
guy worked.
Demko, right? Like the Vancouver announcers throwing a bone to the Oilers for Draisaitl, but yeah, Demko definitely was part of the reason the Canucks were able to come back in this game as well.
For sure.
So the next game we get to watch is actually a real regular season game next week on Thursday, October 9th, between the Canucks and the Flames. How much?
We absolutely thump them.
Yep. How much do you think they're going to be looking back and seeing that 8-1 loss in the preseason, having that on their board going into this first regular season game to start the year?
Well, I think that they may overlook it as like, well, we didn't have Wolfie and Ned, and we may not have had a couple of these guys, but realistically, when push comes to shove, I don't think having Wolf and Net in that game would have made much of a difference. Pretty much every one of those goals was a pretty setup play. There was no real like stinkers. So if the Canucks can solidify their roster and know who's playing with who going into that game and get a good couple of practices in before opening night, I think Calgary's in big trouble.
Yeah, I'm starting to think they might just be in trouble for the season moving forward. But they might just be planning to tank for McKenna, right? Because getting a kid who's playing in Medicine Hat just down the road from Calgary wouldn't be a bad thing for this Calgary Flames team.
No, not necessarily, but then you also have to realize that he's now under contract with the NCAA, so that throws a wrinkle into drafting him as the number 1 pick, because he has a commitment to that college to finish out, so you wouldn't get him straight into the NHL. So it's a weird world now with those prospects that'll go into the NCAA, especially one as talented as Gavin McKenna. So, do you tank? Yeah, you probably tank and get him because he's the guy this draft, but it you have to wait a year or two before he, likely even comes to your club.
Truth. Anything you want to say to chat before I let you go, brother?
Oh, I hope everyone had a great night, and I'm looking forward to getting the regular.
We didn't talk about Abby at all.
No, we didn't talk about Abby. And also, the Calgary Flames, I called their regression, right? When we did the Pacific Division breakdown, I said they were going to be in last. So
the only thing we'll probably have to say about the Abby Canucks before I let you go, as I go back on my words about saying goodbye to chat, they started their training camp on Wednesday. They'll be playing a split squad game tomorrow. Out in Chilliwack, which you're probably going to be able to make out to. I now won't be able to make it out to that, unfortunately, because I realize I'm going to the BC Lions game tomorrow night, which I remembered. Against Calgary, so I hope we blow them out. My cousin Kevin, who's been on the stream, is coming out. We're going to watch the game, so hopefully we can see the the BC Lions blow them up. But I will bring this up for everyone. This is the training camp roster for the Abbotsford Canucks. So it's pretty much everyone that you would expect to be on this roster. Not any surprises here. Is there anyone here that you would say people don't expect to make this roster, but you have a good feeling they might? Or what do you think?
Ooh, it's tough to say. A couple of new names on there that I'm not super familiar with. The Andre Gantus at the very top there. Not familiar with him. Hunter Strand, maybe one of those guys that might push onto this club. A name we're not super familiar with yet. But other than that, I would expect a lot of the same faces. The blue line is where you're going to see a lot of changes, especially with Jet Wu out right now, and with us not knowing who's getting sent down from the big club.
With Breezewell out too, right?
And Breezewell out as well. So we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. I imagine there will be some cuts coming and also some waiver moves.
Yeah,
because I imagine they want to get that stuff settled by Sunday so they can finalize their roster on Monday.
There's even now some rumors flying around about Patera, obviously, because he didn't get any preseason games. He's kind of been a shadow in the system right now, and the Canucks obviously are very deep in goal, so that might be part of a package moving somewhere if they can't find a good spot for Yuri Patera, because I don't think they might run with 3 goalies down there in Abbotsford, but I don't think that's the plan moving forward.
It's hard to say. I mean, obviously the starting job is Tolapilo's down there in Abbotsford with Shiloh's gone. Patera did miss an entire season, right? So maybe there's that thought that he needs to play down there as number 2 to Tolopilo right now. But then what do you do with Ty Young, who really shined in the ECHL last year, and also in his, I think, 8 or 9 games that he got called up to fill in for injury, that he played in the AHL. I mean, he was 7-1 with a ridiculous save percentage. So some really tough decisions at both levels of this organization, both AHL and NHL. Some big cuts going to be happening this year, and also some guys that are likely going to either demand trades or just need to be traded out of necessity. Yeah.
Should be interesting to see what happens. So keep your eyes open. If you do make it down to the splits guide, you can give us an update moving forward. Anything now that you want to say to chat before I let you go for the night?
Thanks as always for dropping in, even when it's preseason. Very much looking forward to the start of the regular season, and maybe we'll have to have a quick little chat about the finalized roster before we get going in 6 days, because it's going to be a bit of a long break here.
Well, we are planning to stream on Tuesday for the Be a Pro night that I've been doing every Tuesday. So maybe we can even, because me and you, the chat doesn't know about this, but we're going to be forming a team on NHL in the whatever the league is called. I'm too old to know. And we're going to be called the Raging Leprechauns, which is me and Dustin's old team name.
Panked all the time.
So if you guys do play NHL 26, make sure you reach out via Instagram or Twitter or my email address that is in my profile on YouTube. If you guys want to get involved on this team, we'd love to have some of the viewers come out and play some games. We'll probably make some videos. So Tuesday night, if you're available, Dustin, maybe we can chat a little bit about what you saw tomorrow at the split side game and maybe the finalized roster moving in before Thursday, if that works for you.
Sounds good.
Cool, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your night, and enjoy the day tomorrow with your family.
Absolutely. You too. And have a great weekend, everybody.
Dustin Boydell, the Silver Fox, stopping by. Say hello to all you beautiful people. You always love to see that, man. What a beauty that man is. All right, let's hop back into chat before we go. Rhymes with Joe Mama. Asset management for this team. The bubble guys should get sent down. It won't be a bad thing to let the fringe guys swap between AHL. Yeah. Tall, but the neck isn't as long though. Oof to laugh out loud. I think Quinn plays as much as Quinn wants to play. Yeah, I think that's kind of what we're figuring out here. I'd give the rookie 12 minutes. Give Quinn a break. Bro doesn't need to play almost 30 minutes game. 25 to 30 minutes for sure. Mike Torn thinks he's going to get. I wouldn't be surprised by that either. Man, I want to do the grouse grind with Huggy just to see his motor. Maybe he could just carry you on his shoulder. That whole period plus 10 minutes. Well, should have close to it. Yeah, he can. Doesn't mean he should. Correct. Dijon Mustard. I literally gasped 4 times from Quinn Hughes tonight. Yep. His girl is 2, I bet. The general's like, go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. Callum McKenzie in the chat. Wow. Star Eyes 2 times lasers from Lekamaki. Yeah, bro. Johnny Redbone, thanks again. Night all. See you next time, Johnny Redbone. Calvin McKenzie, go, go. Dobby, Trevor Linden, goal. Coconuts, go. Wave, Rusty and Dusty. Learn the rules. Swear jar, Big Mac. Jake's takes hockey. Crystal, Artie. Calvin 99 Charlie. I love foot. Got others talking and not him. Not only him. Talk always said that same thing, which got annoying. Yep. PD missed but tried. Russ posing for his thumbnail. What are you talking about? Laugh out loud. Zach using the Leafs colors in chat. Dusty didn't get the memo. A big hug. Laugh out loud. Got to mix things up offensively. Is it Coots or celebrating clone? Is Coots celebrating clone? Maybe. Dijon Mustard. For real, Calvin. Laugh out loud. Neil Foster, when the F did the Canucks have this problem of good players? It's been a while. What was it, 2011? Maybe the last time they had this problem? Winner, Canucks. For real, Neil. Izod, what's good in the hood? Laugh out loud. Connor Cahill, our favorite Irishman in the chat. When did the McDavid line ever get owned in an OT? I don't remember a time. Midnight Solar in the chat. Welcome back, Midnight. My team fell short. Almost had a comeback against the Caps. Darn it. You'll get them next time, Midnight. Emperor King in the chat. I was lurking through the whole game. Laugh out loud. Great show. Thank you very much, Emperor. Nice to see you again, buddy. Fried clams. Clam chowder. Calvin and Charlie. Clams is why you are late. We won 3-2. Dijon Mustard, Coots, Lekamaki are celebrating Ecklet. I like that comparison. Right on, Orca, says Izod. Zoe is what I imagine the crazy voice in my head would be if I were crazy. Fair enough. Ruthless Sharky, what's up, my dude? My team won 4-1 against Vegas. We like to see that. Forbert looks great jumping in on the play. Benderman, you are absolutely correct. No positions, all roamers. Fair enough, yeah. We don't have forwards and we don't have defensemen. Now we just have roamers. Izod, I'm just craving fried clams because I haven't had any for so long and someone else was dissing them. I like clams better than oysters, Heart. Better man. Speaking of jumping up in the play, when are we making Hughes a 200-foot forward? Benderman! This is what I'm talking about. When is Quinn Hughes going to be a center with Tyler Myers on his right wing? The best hiring. Pandora crazy. Hey, have been chailing too. You have been chailing. The Mackie, says Neil Foster. Keep that in mind. Hughes is always a star. 3rd star, Russell Holiday. Thank you very much, Neil Foster. I'll take it. Jalapeno mustard. I've never had jalapeno mustard. That sounds good. Dry didn't deserve a star after unsportsmanlike. I know, you ripped someone's head off. Draisaitl is the high school with the high school bully moves. Yeah, just like, yeah! Taking the helmet off, PD. Wow, 6 days away. I hate these. Yeah. Give the Canucks some time to get their roster sorted. Canucks are dialed in, says Van Isle. Rhymes with Joe Mama. Not one PTO is a good sign. There's a push from below. Yep. Gavin McKenna is half native, says KJ Brazy. He is. Olympics prospect. Brazy rhymes with crazy. Jet who? Jet woo! Aussie Crazy Train. Calvin 99 Charlie, I said I'm sad Ty Mueller didn't get a look. I think Dino Cambites will turn out to be a pretty decent player. Yeah, Ty Mueller was injured, so that's why he did not get any time. So he was injured, so he got sent down immediately. KJ Brazy, I'm going off the rails on the crazy train. Neil Foster, Russell, tune in on Thursday. Thanks, buddy. I'm super enjoying this again. Sorry, we had a drink. Me too, buddy. Thanks, Neil. I appreciate you. And then Calvin Inez is like, Jet, motherfucking woo! Swear jar, swear jar, swear jar, swear jar. Rhymes with Joe Mama. Don't be gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Anyone old enough to get the reference? Gershom. Laugh out loud, Seinfeld. There it is, KJ Brazy. With the Seinfeld. Brutality blood. This Mikola deal is excellent. I like it. Glad Zito is our GM. Brutality blood. Welcome back, Brutality blood. Sorry to see your captain go down. That's not great. Harry Poolholt is dialed in tonight too. Brutality blood, brutality blood, brutality blood, brutality blood. Napatali, very excited and plentiful season coming. Yep. Albert Pujols, World of Chell. That's the one. I think we will be third in our divisions, Calvin. I say second. Anyone who drinks is not wise. Proverbs 21. KJ Brazy, just the right amount of scruff. Lep Bunny, dead. Polaris Heart. Quinn Hughes doing the grouse grind with me on his back like Yoda. Yes, exactly. You must run faster, young Quinn Hughes. That's always this. Thanks as always for the stream. Can't wait for the season to start. Thank you, Gary Wiseman, watching all the way from Hong Kong. If Quinn Hughes wants to play in the Olympics, he needs to relax. It's preseason. He's playing 28 minutes already. Adios, leprechauns. Connor Gill, exactly. It never happened before. Says Connor Gill about the Oilers' top line getting owned in overtime. And tonight, Garland made him and his German boyfriend look stupid. Das ist nicht gut. Preseason is good. Gary Wiseman, most expensive, high-maintenance man couple in the NHL. Bort, Forbort, Bird ain't here. Laugh out loud. Gary Wiseman, well said. See y'all, crazy. Wednesday night was a great Crake Russ. Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it? The chaos. Oh, scattered. Was great to chat with Big Mac, Swervin, People's First, and Jay. It was. That was fun. Did Chico finally admit he's a Sharks fan? Capitals OV fan. It was a game, Midnight Solar. There it is. Midnight Solar and Capitals OV fan in the chat. You'll love to see it. Welcome back, boys. Jalapeno mustard on a smash burger. I like the sounds of it. 60 flipping more. Oh my God. Jet, please. Until we meet again. Heliopolis. Taylor Betts, good meme. Why are you gay? Not that there's anything wrong with that. W, sorry, miserable Sabres fan. Laugh out loud, laugh out loud. Almost time to count down from 2K. Oof, Russ. The growth is insane and I'm here for it. Thank you very much, Calvin. Brutality blood. It sucks, but still other weapons are team still. Yeah, you guys are so deep at center. You do not need to be worried. And he'll be hopefully ready to go for the playoffs for you. I approved Oilers lost. Thank you very much. You're very welcome, Emperor King. Does KJ stand for Crazy Jay-Z? Gary Wiseman, Crazy J Brazy? Anyways, later us gonna go play my game. Trevor Linden. And then he appears. Trevor Linden. You'll love to see it. Hey, Finn, you back there too? Woo! All right. Last thing before we go. Let's have a quick look over here at all the donos because you guys went crazy tonight with the donos. The general with the first one out of the gates. Really sold on the bottom six if they keep it up. Thank you for the $2 dono. Pink sunglasses also showed up. Dropped $27.99. You crazy man. I got a new car. Russ, hello. And then Daniel Turgeon. Let's go, Michael Hunt. And then Pink Sunglasses dropped another $27.99 and says, I bought a Volvo S60 and it has windshield wipers on its headlights. Pink Sunglasses dropped another $6.99. Can I send you a pic, Russ? And I said, yes. And he dropped another $6.99 and said, hell yes, I've got windshield wipers on my headlights. And then Eric Hunter, you crazy legend, dropping 5 gifted memberships. And then the General dropping a gifted membership as well. And then the General dropping 2. Canucks need 2 quick ones, no problem. And then he drops another gifted membership. And then Eric Hunter, Lecker for the Hattie, $10 dono. Thank you very much, Eric Hunter. And then you dropped another 5 gifted memberships in chat, which is all the reason that you need to turn on gifted memberships in this chat, because you will probably get a free gifted membership. And then Muhammad dropped a $5 dono. Thank you very much, Muhammad. And he says, go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. And then the General dropping a Lecker Gordy. He came up a little short, but maybe one day. And then Paragolfer Pro. I didn't even thank him when I had him on. 5 gifted memberships coming out from Paragolfer Pro. And Eric's like, I see your 5. And I dropped 5 as well with another 5 gifted memberships from Eric Hunter. And then the General for the overtime goal, also dropping a gifted membership. And then Connor Cahill, the most recent one. When did McDavid's line ever get owned in OT? Never. That's the answer. It's never. Hashtag, you'll love to see it. Well, thank you. I will end this poll question as well here. Does DeBrusk look faster? The answer is yes. 50% of you voted that DeBrusk looks faster. 22% of you said, gotta catch them all, gotta catch them all. And I'm going to assume that means he's faster. And then I'm also looking at maybe saying 19%. So the majority of people are seeing DeBrusk and saying, yes, he is faster. Only 9% of you are saying he did not look faster. So that's good to see. Excellent. All right. So once again, guys, we are going to be live on Thursday, October the 9th. It is the first regular season game against the Calgary Flames. It's at 7 o'clock. And then we'll be live again on Saturday, October 11th. Maybe, you know what? Hang on a second. Let's go back to the bar for a second. I want to show you guys this because I think you guys have already seen this for a moment. But let's bring this up for a second here. Oh, and thank you, Dobby, for being in chat, you wonderful boy. Here. So this is a schedule for the Vancouver Canucks moving forward. I'm actually going to just hide this. So, all right. So here's a little sneak preview of what we have coming up. So we're going to be live on October the 9th for the home opener for the Canucks. We're going to be live on Friday, October 10th for the home opener or the away opener. This is going to be the first game for Abbotsford. So we're going to be live Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday as well. We're going to cover both these games. So look at this. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Every night we're going to have a stream. Then we're back on Monday, Thursday, and then again covering both games for the Friday, October 17th. And I'm thinking we might go live on this game against the Laval Rocket, but I haven't decided yet. And then as well, we're going to be live for Vancouver for Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday. And then we're going to be live for the Calder Cup banner ceremony for the Abbotsford Canucks. So this is and then you see this here. This is our first doubleheader. It's going to be an all Canucks doubleheader. 3 o'clock game for Abbotsford against the Ontario Reign, followed up by a 7 o'clock game against the Edmonton Oilers. And trust me, the guests that I'm booking, I'm not going to say anything yet because a couple still need to confirm, but we've got some big guests coming up here on Nothing is Perfect. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then Die Hard shows up. What's up, Die Hard Red Wings fan? Nice to see you. I will hold GM Eiserman's feet to the fire until he fails our team. It's a good thing to do. I almost had an aneurysm reading that, Gary. Dobby. All right, guys. So lots of streams coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week. It's going to be crazy. We'll be live on Tuesday as well for the Be a Pro stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. It was a lot of fun watching the Canucks defeat those filthy Coilers in overtime, which you love to see. And like I said, it's going to get crazy. We're going to be live like every other day for the rest of the year and into the next year. We're going to cover the Olympics. It's going to be great. So if you haven't yet, remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button so you'll be notified every time we go live. And until next time, remember, my name is Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect, and make sure that you make good choices.